All right, what's going on, party people? All right, I think. Hold on. Hold on. Let me double check my mic here. All right, check one, check one. All right, who calling me on the other line? Hey, Griffin Notary. Yeah, hold on one second. Let me put my Bluetooth on. Hold on. All right, hold on one second. All right, how can I help you today? I mean, hold on
So
one
there's
second.
this inside thing. Maybe you can do a video on it. There's this inside thing where some signing or some title companies are now saying only secure an A+ notary. Luckily, I'm an A+ notary, thanks mostly to your videos. Have you heard about that?
No, I have not. Hold on one second. Hold on. Just so you know, I got you on speaker and I happen to be live
Oh,
at the
that's fine.
same time. Okay? Nobody knows. I was trying to switch over to my Bluetooth and everything.
Oh,
So,
that's fine.
yeah, so just so you know, so they might hear the conversation and all that. I was trying to switch over to Bluetooth and this thing is acting up greatly.
Well, yeah, it really surprised me because I've never heard of being an A+ notary. But I remember a video you did where you did say they are grading you.
Correct. Yeah, that is correct. They are grading notaries. As I just said last night in a video, how one guy told me that I was the top rated notary in my region. Now, how he defined region, I would happen to say maybe the Hampton Roads area, not the whole state of Virginia, or the whole East Coast, stuff like that. But he
I watched that video.
yeah, so yeah, and I've been saying that for a while. That's why I've been sharing with notaries to go ahead on and get as much orders under their belt, so that way the people will look at you as somebody reliable. But yeah, now they're deciding to basically say, okay, we're going to only select who we consider the top notaries. And here's the cool, I won't say cool part, but this is just part of businesses. They can call it whatever they want, and that's what could throw a notary off. So on one hand, it's we've been hearing for the last 2 years, oh, I'm a preferred notary. Now you got somebody saying, well, we want an A+ notary. It's like, okay, what the heck is that? Just like in one of the documents on the loan application, I mean not the loan application, the in a refi, it says, and even a purchase, it says you're the hazardous insurance one. paragraph 2 says Paragraph 2 says you have to have an A+, an A-rated company or better, an A-rated company or better. And I'm like, okay, what's better than A-rated? So I guess there's the AA, the AAA, the quadruple A type of company that can provide you homeowners insurance. So in other words, the companies can call it whatever they want because it's internal to them. And these signing companies / title companies and lenders, even though we're all a part of the same industry, they're not kicking it with each other like that. So one signing company can say A+, another signing company could say, AA rated. You see what I'm saying? So AA rated, is that the same as A+? Don't know. And it's their way of basically disqualifying notaries who full of mess, and everything. So that's why it's important, and it appears that you've done it. You've gone out here, done a great job, done the orders that you needed to do, done them correctly. If you made a mistake, you've been able to get them fixed for the people, all of that, didn't have an attitude, and therefore they're like, okay, we're going to make this guy A+, and he's going to be one of our preferred notaries, or go-to notaries. But it doesn't surprise me, because when you look at our own economy here in the United States, what do they got to do now to stop inflation? They got, the inflation of bad notaries. How do they stop the inflation of bad notaries? They got to change the requirements. Inflation is adding extra money into the economy, which is inflating everything. Then guess what? They got to slow down the money printing. They got to pull all that stuff back. And therefore, instead of pushing out all these notaries, they got to find a way to pull it back by changing the requirements, or at least what their internal requirements are. And then the other side is dropping the price, which could force a lot of notaries out of the business. So now you have what you're talking about. You got to be A+ rated. You gotta, and then let's say they're paying lower, and you got rising gas costs. So now the question is, who's strong enough out there as a business owner, as a new notary, to weather all of that? So even if you are A+ rated, can you deal with the lower, with the $5 or $10 less in pay? And can you deal with the increase of the gas prices and still do this business effectively? If you can, cool. If you can't, you got to roll. And then those of you sitting on the sideline, yourself and myself, and I won't say we're necessarily on the sideline, but those of us who are continuing to look for those opportunities, we got to be ready to hop on it. So if somebody comes and say, hey, can you do this for me? It may be a little bit less. I just had to pay $4.12 in gas, but I'm gonna go out here because I want to keep that relationship with them for when things get better. That's really what the goal is right now. Can you kick it with that company through the hard times so that they'll come back to you and have you the #1 person when things get better? Because things will get better. You just got to weather this storm right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Luckily, most of my jobs are 20-30 minutes away, but I'm
Can y'all
in
hear?
college town.
Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. And somebody blocked that view life thing.
But even down here, it took me like 6 months to get my commission switched over.
Wow, 6 months. And where you located?
I'm in College Station, Texas right now.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
from Lakewood, Washington.
Gotcha. I see. Yeah, because I've been hearing this. I think, it's been taking people a while because they, it's been so influx of notary. Look, I just renewed my notary commission, and it took less than 5 days for them to send me the email saying you good to go. But again, that's because I was already one. But then I'm also hearing people saying that they've been able to get their commissions approved left and right. And as I always said, if your background is clean, meaning you haven't caught a felony, and they have no legitimate legal reason not to give you a commission, irregardless of how many notaries out there, people already are notaries in your state, they got to say yes if you meet the requirement.
I think that was kind of the thing. I think I did it wrong. Because I didn't want to start applying for my commission down here until I had we shipped our equipment in a pod.
Mm-hmm.
Until I had my equipment here, I knew it worked.
Gotcha. Now that's smart. That's smart because a lot of notaries, and I've been saying this, there's several notaries that I've talked to that have just hopped out here and they didn't have not one lick of equipment. And they had to run to FedEx and UPS and everybody else to get their stuff printed, and they was not set up or ready at all. And next thing you know, they're getting calls to do work, and they're like, well, I should have charged them more because I didn't have a printer. No. You can't charge them more because you weren't ready. You got to be ready. And stuff. They don't know what your situation is. They don't know your stuff is, like, in your case, was still in pods and all of that. All they know is you said you could do it, and you better do it.
Yeah, because it took us about 4 or 5 months to get the pod down here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. It was, but once my equipment's here, it was set up, and I checked it to make sure it was working. That day I applied for my commission. It came through, honestly, about 7 days later, 7, 8 days.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And then I did a remote online notary, so I had to go apply for that. But
right.
Yeah, this A+ thing threw me off, and this is all like you were saying in your one video.
Mm-hmm.
Backdoor talk that we'll never see.
Right. It's that backdoor talk. We don't know about this stuff. They're not required to tell us. There's nobody that says, hey, you got to tell us that you change your requirements and policies and stuff. This is why from day one that I started doing YouTube videos and I realized what was going on and all of the misinformation being said. That's why I keep harping, just take orders, just get the orders done. Because at the end of the day, these companies need something done. And the question is, are you in a position to do it for them? It's either yes or no. If you're in a position to do it, do it. will the pay always be good and great and make you feel comfortable? No. But it depends on your mindset when it comes to the business, because if you're looking at this from the long game, okay, from the long game, yeah. And see, people aren't worried about when you're just in it for the short haul, you're not worried about being thorough. And that's something I have to tell you from my wife. My wife was, me and her was talking, and she said, yeah, when people in it just for the money, just for the quick money, the quick bucks, the quick this, that, quick, she said, you're not going to be thorough. So if you're a notary trying to do this business and you're not in it really for the long haul to establish relationships and all of that, you're not going to be thorough in what you're doing. You're going to be messy somewhere. If you're a notary mentor, if you're a notary trainer, if you're a notary anything, and you're just in it for the money, you're not going to be thorough. And you say, well,
You're not going to run it like a business.
Right. You're not going to run it like a business. Now, you might be thorough in one aspect, but let's just say you're thorough in, well, I taught the person how to do ... as a notary or with marketing. Okay, but when they come into trouble and they need to contact you and they need additional help, then you're not thorough. Because then you're like, oh, well, oh, you want to, no, my time is valuable. I got this going on and that going on. See, if you're really trying to help somebody, you got to be there. Because think of it, if you was in college and your professor was all of a sudden like, hey, yeah, come here and I'm gonna show y'all this, and then you get stuck on something, and when you go to him during their office hours, they're like, oh, well, yeah, these are my office hours, but I really don't want to talk to you. That ain't thorough. You're like, wait a minute, you said you was gonna help me, and now when I come to you, you're like, well, you can only talk to me when we're in class, when I'm getting on the clock, when I'm getting paid, or you can pay me extra and I will, or I'll just send you to one of my TAs, teaching assistants, and you deal with them. So if you're going to be thorough, you got to be thorough all the way through. And every human being appreciates an educator who's thorough from beginning, middle, and to the end. I mean, no different than if you had your kids out there and that teacher wasn't willing to grade homework on time or go over stuff or help tutor them or provide some kind of assistance to that child who's struggling in that subject. That's not a thorough teacher. Yeah, you might be teacher of the year, but you're not thorough, because when I need you, you're not there for me. And that's where people get messy at, because when you're in it for just the money, you really don't know how to be there for people. You really, really don't know how to be there for people. And that's what I've learned. And that's one of the things that I've learned to do as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a business owner, to be there for people who are willing to allow me to be there for them. Because not everybody wants you to be there for them. Of course, yeah, there's people that just want to answer. They just want something slick and all of that. Got it. But for those who really need me, I try to be there for them, hands down. And that's what it's all about. So to me, when a notary is listed as A+ preferred, what they're saying is that we believe that you've shown us that you can be there for us, or we're going to make you preferred because we believe that you can. And now the question is, will you operate in that realm of being there for that client? And that's what that guy was telling me yesterday, that, hey, you're one of our best notaries because we know you'll be there for us and everything. And that's what I'm about. I mean, what else is there to do if I'm running a business like this?
You know, this might sound crazy, but in this business, you have to have a real passion.
True.
It sounds crazy, but I have a passion for being a notary. It's really weird because I got into it on an off chance. I didn't even think I would like it. I did my first few jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have one of my friends up in Washington. Her daughter is 23, thinking about becoming a notary. So when she told me about it, I just got so excited.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have a love for this business. You have to have it.
Yeah, you have to. You have to have a love. And one of the things that I tell people all the time, I'm motivated by success. And if you are motivated to be successful, man, that's the key. Because not every loan closing appointment, not every general notary appointment is fun or excitable, but I love the fact that I can be successful. this business where when I get into a notary situation where I don't even know what the heck's going on, like I was talking about with the North Carolina thing yesterday, at the end of the day, no matter how that guy was looking at me, no matter what he could go back and tell his friends or say this, that, the other, at the end of the day, I was successful. It was not pleasant going through that. All those negative thoughts started trying to come in my head, making me think that, hey, man, you could get blacklisted, man. They gonna think you don't know what you're doing. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna find a way to get this thing done successfully. And when I talked to the title company, right?
One of the best in the business.
Thank you. And that's what I got out of, I was like, and when I talked to them, the title company, and I said, hey, look, and see, this is where you have to give context. I gave them context as to why I was thinking that way. And once they understood, they were like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I said, yeah, I'm not saying that this is the law. I'm just telling you, every time I've done one for North Carolina that was a purchase, there was always a real estate attorney, whether on Zoom or on a phone, that had to be there. And I was, and I was actually told that they were supposed to be there. I can't say that it's law. I was just told this by one of the builders that was building homes. And she was like, okay, I get what you're saying. She was like, no, it's really not like that. It's this way. She was like, go ahead on and take care of it. I said, no problem. Got him done in about 15 minutes. And we was going on the way, and his whole demeanor changed at the end. But it also made me look good to the company that I was willing to be that thorough. That's why I say when you in it for quick money, you basically, after 10 minutes, nobody showed up. The average notary would have just went ahead on, start signing papers. Didn't care. I don't know whatever. I'm just signing this because I got to get paid. But I want to be thorough. That's my thing. I want to be thorough with this, and if I can be thorough, shoot, I'ma always shine. And that's the same thing I believe with all of y'all. Y'all will always shine when you're trying to be thorough.
Well, then you have to learn. I've never done an I-9 before.
Correct.
Now here, doing I-9. Just to let all the notaries know right now, there's nothing to stamp on the I-9, just your signature.
Right. There's nothing to stamp. Right. There's nothing to stamp on the I-9. Everything. And see, if notaries would just stay calm and not freak out every time they see something that they've never seen before. And I tell notaries, I say, if you've been in this business 6 months or less, there's a lot that you haven't seen before, a whole lot. So don't get all freaked out like, well, I ain't never seen this before. And I'm like, how many closings have you done? 3. How many general notary? 1. And you're saying within those 4, what have you done from the time you started being a notary till this point of seeing it to ever see it? Have you gone researching? Have you done anything to try to see all the different types of documents out there? Well, no. I said, then what is there for you to complain about? Then what is there for you to complain about? You can't complain about something you ain't put no effort into. You're complaining about not ever seeing a particular type of document, but you never done anything to research. It would be different if you had 15 books, documents that could be notarized, and you say, well, I looked through all 15 and I've never seen it in there. I ain't got nothing to say because you've done some research. But a lot of notaries aren't doing any research, but then they're complaining about what they didn't see and this, that, and the other. And really what they're saying is, I never seen this before based off of what my notary trainer showed me. My notary trainer showed me some documents. They sold me some documents. I stole some documents to play with, and 80% of what's in here I ain't never seen before. And you always all that spells, call the National Notary Association. Yeah, that's it. Call the NNA, get on the thing with them. I mean, think about it. The money you would spend with a notary, quote unquote, mentor at $150, $200 a month. You can spend $200 for 4-year membership with the NNA, and they're there for you from the time they're open to the time they're closed to help you get your stuff together. Because here's the thing. None of the notary trainers out there are really, and I'm not trying to be funny, but a lot of them, I won't say none. A lot of the notary trainers, the big ones who really advertise, take my course stuff, they don't have anything centered around helping you to be a better notary per se, from the standpoint of understanding proper notarizations. The NNA has tons of resources, and that's where you need to lean to. Once you get that part down pat, as I always say, Then you can go to those other people and learn the marketing aspect, which is their wheelhouse. They admit their wheelhouse is marketing and business development. Okay, cool. Well, slow down, please. Until I get my act together on the notarial side, I don't really need to be trying to deal with the business too much, because if I market myself that I'm available and I can do this, but I really don't know what to do, which is what I'm supposed to do, which is notarizations, I'm going to look foolish. That's the thing. You know, what are you being hired to do? Be a notary. If that's what you're being hired to do, then do you know how to do that effectively in accordance with your state law? The answer is either yes or no. And if you say, well, maybe a little bit, then the answer is no. There's no in between. Because it's not maybe it's notarized right or maybe it's not. Matter of fact, lady asked me to certify a copy of a document. And she sent me pictures of it, and I was like, okay, I can, you know, if it's an original and they're going to make a copy of it, I can do that. I already researched and figure out what I had supposed to do in accordance with Virginia law. First thing I noticed on the document, no notarial stamp. The notary signed it. This is from 2002. They signed it. They put their expiration date, all of that, but they did not stamp it. And I'm like, Virginia requires a stamp. So the only thing I can do, which I haven't had time to, is contact the state and find out is if in 2002 it was legal for you not to put your stamp on the document. If they tell me that it was legal for a notary not to stamp a document in 2002 when they did this, then I will be like, okay, I can certify a copy. But if they say, nah, they should have stamped it, then that means the document in and of itself, a revocable trust, is not even properly notarized. And that...
You know, we're kind of speaking of what we were talking about. I think a lot of people look at the notary as a side hustle, but really, if you do it right, it's not.
Right, it's not. This here isn't a side hustle business. And I know a lot of people say, well, you know, I don't want to knock somebody's hustle. No. I'm knocking the hustle if it's hurting people. If a person's hustle is hurting people, and that's with any business. If your hustle is hurting people, that's not a good thing. That's not something we should be proud of, that, yeah, I'm out here hustling. Okay, you can hustle within your own mindset, within your own realm, within your own wheelhouse. But the moment your hustle starts affecting people negatively, that becomes a problem. And look, you can have the best surgeon in the world, but if that surgeon doesn't do right on you, they're the worst surgeon in the world.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter, right?
It's a lot of the online notary, right? They always call it a side hustle. They always call it a side hustle. But I've noticed a lot of the videos is they're getting suspended from notarized.
Yeah. See, they ain't talking about that. Oh yeah, they getting kicked off of notarized because they ain't doing stuff right. They not doing stuff right, and notarized be watching. Notarized be watching. Yeah, they record everything, and then they go back and do a QA check, and they double check your stuff. And if your stuff right, they bouncing you, because guess what? They don't want you messing up their money. And the more you do wrong, it means the more you're messing up their money, and that ain't what they want. And that's why I keep telling people.
Yesterday, where you were talking about the Judi, where you always give the open information, right?
Correct. And that's probably yeah, and most people aren't doing that, and I've been saying that for the longest. And a lot of notaries will not do the oath. They won't do the oath. Hey, what's going on, y'all, over there on YouTube? Yeah, they won't do the oath, and they're supposed to. They don't know how to say it, any of that. They won't even go research it. And then this is my thing. If you're out there mentoring somebody and you're out there training somebody, at least help them to that point, to where they can at least understand the proper way to say the oath, or the different variations of it. If somebody is doing, you know, doing the affirmation, or they're swearing to it, help them out something. If somebody's taking training and you leave there and you don't know how to do an oath, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. Right. You know, so that's what you got to get together. And a lot of people, they I don't know, man. I mean, I really don't know what is going to happen to help somebody understand what they need to do and how to do it correctly. I really don't. But the only thing I can think of, honestly, somebody gonna have to get put in jail. A notary is going to have to really get locked up and put in jail before people realize, oh, there is a wrong way to do things. Okay, let me take a step back and look at what I'm doing. That's the thing. And a lot of notaries keep forgetting that these mortgage companies have compliance departments. And with the compliance department, they actually go through and review the loan documents to see if everything was done in accordance. So let a compliance officer for a mortgage company be a former notary or even a current notary. And they understand notary law and they know how to look up whether or not that document was notarized correctly for the state that it was notarized in. And they see that it was done wrong. Oh boy, you gonna get hemmed up.
Oh, good. You were so funny. I
Yeah.
did a signing for a nurse last week, right?
Uh-huh.
It was an I-9. No, it was a refi. It was a refi. And so I was like, I'll sign her name here. She didn't sign. I almost forgot to check it. I go to her back in the house and she's like, oh, I'm really busy. Can I just snatch your copy of my signature? I'm like, no. I need to watch you sign it.
Right.
I'll just stay there to know you just sign it really quickly. It won't take but a second. Because what I do is, I'll check it at the table.
Right.
When I get back in my car, I check it again.
Gotcha. Yep.
Like, yeah, nobody can just go back to the house. So what I usually have to do is I'll have to sign it, I check it, and I remember I told her to sign here, date here. She dated, she didn't sign. She's like, oh, can I just send you a copy of the signature? I'm like, no, ma'am, I need to watch you sign it. She goes, you know, Dan, I used to be a notary. And I was like, so you knew what you were doing? You're trying to sit on the same call for that.
Yeah.
Like, no, you need to sign.
Yeah. And that's what I say. Some people, I mean, people will do that. They know they used to be a notary and they will sit there and try to trip you up. They would try to trip you up to see what you're going to do and if you will fall for something. And they might have, and she might have not signed it on purpose just to see if you do something wrong, just so she can dime you out.
Well, see, that's one of those things I was, no matter how many signs I have, I try not to get in a rush. When you get in a rush, you lose. You know, sometimes you gotta rush the things, right? But
Yeah.
I always, I made it a habit. When I first started doing these jobs, right, I made it a habit to check as they're signing, check again, and then once I get in my car, check again.
Gotcha.
So, and that was the way I caught it, and I'm like, okay, trying to be slick.
Yeah.
So she's like, I used to be a notary, and she laughed, and she went on and signed it.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm glad you're doing good. I'm gonna hop on this thing with these folk on YouTube and everything. But man, I'm proud of you. You're doing great down there in Texas.
I would have liked you. It's like, I don't know. I really, when I first started, it wasn't a full-time job. But I realized very quickly it has to be a full-time job, number one. Number two, it's a job you can make a great living at.
True.
If it's full-time.
That is true. And see, that's my payment back. Yeah. And see, I keep telling people that right there is payment enough for me to hear that you listen to some of the things that I said, they was able to help you, and then you got into the right mindset, and then you grew your business to what you needed it to be. That's why I said it's not about mimicking me.
You kept me out of.
Kept you out of trouble, huh?
You did. It's just a lot of things, like, because I was thinking about buying these classes, and then you were talking, it's like, why buy these classes? You have the NNA, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's true. And then I watch your videos, and you be talking about stuff nobody else is talking about. How not to get caught and stuff. How to actually make it a business, like the tax thing.
Right.
That's big stuff. Because a lot of notaries don't understand that.
That is correct. Yeah, they don't understand that. Yeah.
I would have gotten an accountant.
Boom. And I'm the only one who's been having an accountant on their channel that I know of. I know there's people who are familiar with accounting and they talk about accounting, which I'm also familiar with accounting. But I said, let's have an accountant come on, and he's been on the channel 3 times to help everybody out. So, and also, if anybody's been having a hard time getting in contact with him, just let me know, and I'll make sure y'all get in contact with him. But because he was sort of inundated with a lot of phone calls, so he might have missed a few. But yeah, that's really what it's about, man. Just making sure, providing people with resources and helping them to develop their business into what they need it to be for themselves. Because trying to be like Griff, you know, certain parts you can mimic like me, and I mimic other things like from my mentor Bill Soroka, but you have to develop who you are and then walk in that, and you walking in that will give you a sense of ownership and purpose within that business and that endeavor that you're doing. And that's what it's all about. That's one of the cool things about, if you get the right teacher and that teacher shows you the path of how you can figure out a problem, you have ownership of the process that you figured out how to own, you know, that problem, and it makes you feel good rather than just having an answer given to you and you pass, but you was actually able to figure it out because you took the steps that was done. And that happened with me when I was in college, and I hate statistics, but the professor sat there and showed us the pattern, showed us how to figure out everything. He said, here's the formula and here's how to plug it in, and you will be successful every single time. And lo and behold, I passed that class, but there were people who would not listen to him, and they kept saying, I need you to show me again. And you're like, you put these numbers here, and these numbers always go there, and these numbers always go there, and then you add what's in the parentheses first, then you add everything outside of the parentheses, and you do this, and that is your answer. Can you walk me through that one more time? And I'm sitting there, me and this other guy, we was like, bam, we went and we recorded every single thing he told us to do. And then when the final exam came and the midterm, he said, just open up your spreadsheet, use the formulas that I gave you, and you'll be all right. And the people couldn't do that. And here's the bad part. I think 85% of the people that was in that class with me, might have been everybody when I'm thinking about it, because it was 30 of us. Yeah, it was 30 of us. I'm sorry. Yeah, when I think back on it, it was 30 of us. And I think I was the only one who didn't need that course at the time to graduate, meaning they was taking it as their last class before graduation. And over half of them failed, which means they couldn't graduate. Yeah, that was sad. And they was sitting up there crying. They was in there, these grown people were crying. I'm talking about baby, man, TT in the diaper crying. And I'm sitting here like, you know, and you know, I was like, and the reason why I'm thinking 85%, because in the beginning it was that many people that was saying they needed it, and then later on when folks started failing, that's when I found out I was the only one who was in the course and wasn't taking it as my last course before graduation. Everybody else in that class was, and it was 30 of us. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you bounce.
Oh, I got a funny story for you before.
Oh yeah, go for it, Chief. Go for it.
So I can tell you, since we got down here, I was waiting for my commission and stuff to get ready for the, so I had to get another job, right?
Yeah.
So I'm making decent money, right? I got my first Texas notary $85 check. Tell me, how was I?
Well, I said excited.
I was jumping around the house like, yeah, the notary game's back.
That's right. It's back. Because anything over $0 is a plus to me. I can do something with, I can do it. I can't do much with zero. But you give me, even if you give me 1 penny, I can find a way to make it into 2 pennies. I can find a way to make it into $1. If you got the right mindset. But if you give me nothing, and then in some cases, if you know how to make things multiply and increase, I can go out there and I can find a way to make it happen. And that's why I didn't see it, but Grant Cardone did a thing where he went into some town and ended up in like 30 days or 60 days getting a net worth of $5 million, just showing that you can go somewhere with nothing. And if you understand how to market yourself, understand how to create a product and produce things, you will be, well, what you got to produce things first and then market yourself, then you'll be able to create value. And then once you create value, people will be able to invest and have confidence in you, and then your net worth goes up, 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 up. That's what I'm trying to get notaries to understand.
Well, see, down here, there's not very many notaries because we're out in the country.
Okay, gotcha. So that's a plus for
So
you.
some of the notaries down here are charging $485 for a loan signing.
Mm.
It's insane.
And then you find a price point that will make your family happy, and if your price point to cover your bills and expenses at minimum is say 225, you can come in, and then let's just say you and your wife become notaries, so now you and her can knock them out. And then if you got a son or a daughter that's 18 years old or older, then they could also hop in there, so you can make that into a whole family affair. And now you've just taken over the market. See, that's how you got to think. Most notaries will sit there and say, oh, everybody else is actually getting 485. Well, I want 485 too. And then next thing you know, the company's like, you know what, we can't keep paying this. And then they get rid of all y'all.
Yep. Hold on, so you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
This is like Tammy. Tammy, what were we talking about?
Doing it together.
And get the what?
An office.
That's it.
So that way she can handle the middle notary work, and if I need to travel, I need to travel.
Right. Yeah. And then and you can create your own monopoly, because the key thing is finding a price point for your family. What amount of money do you need to make at minimum? And then start there. And then if it increases over that, and it can increase in one or two ways. It can increase by you changing the price after a while to go up, or you can increase by having more clientele but at the same price point. So if you know, like for me, I know I need 60 signings. I need $6,000 a month, which puts me at and I base it off of $85. That means I need about 72 signings a month. However, my price point has gone up. I've been getting a lot more. I've been getting on average about 110. So that means I'm actually doing, all I really need to do is about 55 to 58 signings, and I'm hitting my dollar amount somewhere around up in there. So I'm like, all right, cool. So the number went down because the dollar amount that people are offering me went up. But at the same time, if the dollar amount went down, I'm willing and able to do the 72 that I had set out and was focused on doing from the beginning. So your price point and your revenue will change, either because you get more in actual business, or your revenue goes up with the level of business that you have. So I could have still kept the 72 signings and could be at easily $7,000 a month. I'm still floating around 6,200 with the notary business, and then about maybe 1,400 with the house inspections. So even if the notary money drops down a little bit, the house inspection money provides me that cushion to still hit my overall 6. See, I'm saying I only need 6 total for the house, not that I necessarily have to have 6 from the notary business. For me, it doesn't matter where it comes, because for me it's a mindset. If the notary business is slower, but right now the house inspection business is popping, I got 5 of them to do today. So the house inspection, so that right there is that's $100 right there that I'm gonna make in doing these. So I'm already at about $700-800 for the month. I mean, the business has been coming in. I haven't been below $1,000 for the house inspections since about April, June. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been pulling in, I've been popping at least $1,000 since about May. It was either April, May time frame, somewhere around up in there, that all of a sudden it just exploded. And I hit like 1,200, then 14, 17. Then I jumped all the way. I hit like 1,800. The next thing I know, I was at $2,000. So I've been averaging, really, if you look at it for the last year, I've been averaging about $1,500 a month just on doing the house inspections. So I'm averaging about 55, 60 closings, and I'm averaging about 48 house inspections a month. So I'm busy.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I was trying to talk to my nephew Xavier and his wife, and hey, become notary.
Hey, y'all hold on for a sec. My man, he called me from Texas right in the middle, just when I clicked on the button for y'all and stuff. And I'm gonna get back with y'all. Just hold on, don't leave
We'll
nowhere.
just all work out of my little third bedroom, right?
Right.
And just get it rolling.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting what you're saying with that. So I was kind of toying around with the idea, and I'm like, I don't know if it's a good idea, but from hearing what you're saying, no, it sounds decent. It sounds like a good idea.
Right. Yeah. And the main thing is that money comes in when you on direct deposit with them. It comes in by the 7th of the month. So whatever you did from the 1st through the end of the month, Groundworks pays you by between the 5th and the 7th of the next month. Versus with the notary stuff, you could be waiting a couple of weeks, a month, and everything, especially if you're dealing with some of the mom and pop businesses, the smaller ones that are just getting into this. They don't have their pay system together, so they're sort of bootstrapping it, and they might not pay you. Their net is 60. They might be net 60, and I've seen it. They're net 60 because they don't, they're trying to figure out their accounting and all of that. They got to pay all of their stuff, and unfortunately sometimes they like to pay themselves first before they pay us. And sometimes they get into that robbing Peter to pay Paul thing. So you need a cushion. And that $1,500 a month that's coming from Groundworks is my first of the month cushion. Is my cushion. And then when the 15th through the end of the month happens, that's when the money from all those other companies start popping in. And a lot of them tell you, yeah, we pay on the 15th of the month or the 20th. So I got to find some way to have some funds at the beginning of the month for me, which the only other way to do that is to take as many closings as you can between the 1st and the 15th of the previous month, or say this month, March, so that in April you'll be getting them checks coming in at the beginning part of the month. But the notaries who sit back and they wait till the end of the month, your money ain't coming to the end of the next month. So you got to use some business acumen here and say, if I see the pattern that the money is coming in within 30 days, the more I can do at the beginning of the month, even though they might be lower in fee, those still dollars that's hitting my bank account versus no dollars hitting my bank account. That's how I do it. That's how I run my business. That's how I've been able to stay successful and keep everything going, is trying to do as much as I can between the 1st and the 15th with the notary business, and then I just kick it in gear when they have the end of the month, which typically goes between the 22nd and the 26th. And I've talked to people about that over and over and over again, getting everything. So yeah, so you good, man. You good. I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you. Without you, I don't think I could have did this.
Thank you, man. Well, if y'all need anything, you and the wife.
I really don't think I could have done this. Glad I found you.
Yeah, well, look, if y'all didn't need anything, man, need any help, even, and as I always tell people, like the couples, it's some art to working together. Most couples can do it, figure out, but if you ever run into a problem, like, okay, we're not seeing eye to eye, how do we navigate us working a business together, or even two separate businesses, me and my wife would be more than happy to sit down and talk with y'all one-on-one and help y'all come up with a plan and figure out how to do that, because it's an art to it. It is an art to doing it. It's an art, even if your spouse isn't running a business, but just supporting you while you're doing the business and they're doing the W-2 side. It's an art to being able to move the family forward when both people, especially when a business is involved. Both working the W-2, that's easy. Both unemployed, that's real easy. But when both are either running a business or one's running a business, that's a whole different dynamics there. And it's a whole nother mindset that both people have to be in order to be successful, and really in order so that we don't interfere with each other. The business owner don't want to make the W-2 feel bad, and vice versa. And there's a way to do that. And me and my wife, we're not perfect at it, but we have gotten better at it over the last 20 some years of our marriage, because I've been running some kind of business the whole time, and we had to figure it out. And we have gotten pretty decent at it, and the reason why I say it that way, because somebody said, well, I know this other person, they better at it than y'all, and they may be. So I just know for what we need to do, we still married, we ain't divorced. And I know there's people who They get a business, and the next thing you know, they break up because they don't know how to function with each other. That's where the problem lies at.
Well, you can expect that call, Griff.
All right, my man. We here anytime you need us.
All right, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, what was your first name again? I heard it. It was.
Yeah.
You say that again? Daniel. That's right, Daniel. All right, Daniel out there in Texas. Gotcha, man. Well, look, you need me, hit me up anytime.
All righty, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. All right, party people. Thank y'all for hanging in here. Look at my playlist, my Groundworks playlist. The link to getting up with them is good. How's the audio, y'all? I got my Bluetooth, my speakers on, my microphone on. Hopefully that's popping just right. But yeah, right when I had hopped on with y'all, the gentleman called me and just wanted to talk to me about some stuff. Yeah, you don't need any license or anything like that. There's no special training. They will walk you through some things if you're doing the internal inspection, but there's no special training with Groundworks, which is what I'm doing today. And I decided to just hop on with the party people because I hadn't hopped on out modally with y'all in a minute and everything. So I figured I'd hop on and kick it with y'all today. I don't know if they got a garage or not, but yeah, man, this gas ain't no joke. They ran out of gas at the gas station. I was at Sam's Club and they ran out of regular. I just filled up from a quarter tank and I don't even know how much that was. $28, that's what it was. Yeah, $28. And I had to get the premium. I had to get the premium because that's all Sam's offered. They either the regular or the premium, and Focus, they weren't happy. And something about getting gas. Look, y'all, when you get your gas, get in, get out. I don't know what the deal is with people. They pump the gas, and when they finish, then they sit in the car and start digging through stuff, pulling stuff out their purse, checking their wallets, picking up the phone, calling. I'm like, turn the car on, move out of the gas pump lane so the next person can get in there. But so many people literally just sit there, and I'm seeing people fixing their hair, checking this, checking that, cleaning their glasses, talking on the phone, all of this stuff, guys. I'm like, man, why are you pumping the gas? Put the little lock thing on, put your card and stuff back in your wallet then. Not once you get in the car, then you realize, oh, my wallet is sitting here. Let me hop back out and put it in my pocket, this, that, and the other. No, you should have checked your tire airs and all of that when you was pumping the gas. And I'm telling y'all, do these things and there won't be no issues there. So man, I don't know what's going on. I've been missing all of the stuff y'all been talking about and everything. My man, he hit me up. Yeah, so with the Groundworks, I'm telling y'all, if you can get in there, and all of that. So man, I missed everybody's comment. What's going on, Akita, Jacqueline, Q, Shantae? Yeah, if y'all see somebody in here acting all jacked up, go ahead on and bounce them. Don't even put them in time out, hide them from the channel. Get rid of them and everything. But yeah, the house inspections is popping for a lot of people. And I heard about the Sandcastle. I have not, is it Sandcastle? Yeah, Sandcastle. I heard about them. I haven't looked into them yet. So I gotta check them out and stuff. I just gotta put on my vest real quick. All right, and then get my other body cam, wherever that is. There it is. Body cam, but yeah, man, just listening to my man. Basically what he was saying is that signing companies are not telling him that they ain't using you unless they got you listed as an A+ notary, whatever that means for that company. They said they not messing with you unless you are a plus notary. I'm like, wow, you got to be an A+ notary, whatever that means to them. Y'all hold on 1 second while I hop out and do this thing here. And yeah, we might be on the live for a little bit today, y'all, because I ain't got no sign until 5. So if y'all need to hop off, take care of something, hop back on, feel free. But let me hop out and do this inspection real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, party people. All right, done with that one. Woo. Just had to make sure I wasn't blocking that lady in and stuff. But yeah. I was looking at Minority Mindset this morning before I hopped on with y'all, and man, he was hitting it right on the nail on the head. Yeah, this economy, man, all the stuff we got going on, whoo, I'm telling you, y'all gonna have to figure out a way that y'all are gonna be able to stand firm in this business with all the changing stuff that's going on. You're gonna have to figure a way to do that. Come on. And stuff. Yeah, see, this part of Chesapeake is bad for the internet. All right, there we go. Yeah. All right, so I need to hit this one. Yeah, I got 5 to do today. No no signings until this afternoon. Haven't even seen any notifications. That's Hampton. That's that. Okay, so something just got rescheduled on me for the 9th. All right, now I gotta check. So order, I just got a notification that something got. Oh, okay, which is today. Okay, so I'm gonna have to tell them I am not available for that one. I am not available for that one. Yeah, no, I'm not, because of my schedule now. See, if I didn't have these house inspections, I would be able to do that one, but I'm not available for that, so I got to come off of that. And time to, okay, I know I'm going. Yeah, so I wish I could do StreamYard on the mobile thing. They got to come up with that, because I would love to get y'all in. But yeah, so right now it's about trying to find a way to be able to manage yourself during this crisis. The companies are going to be making adjustments to make sure that they can continue to operate. The title company, escrow, all of them, things are getting more expensive. The heating and the cooling, the summer's coming up, so the electric bill is going to be out the roof, if not already for a lot of people. I know our electric bill went up, and we're on the budget plan. We've been on the budget plan for years, because back when we was going in and out of when I was going in and out of jobs, we had to get on the budget plan to keep things straight. So the cost has gone up and everything, but the opportunities are there. So will you be able to take advantage of it? There are going to be notaries based on their mindset, they're going to be like, this ain't worth it. And they're going to want to go into something that's going to be more solid. I just rather just go get me a job. I ain't got time. Nah. I've seen the fees go down for some companies. They was paying 85 and now they're paying 80. I've seen companies, dropping down to 90 that was paying 100 and something. One company, I know they was paying 125 and they dropped down to 95. And then if you do a scan, they were like, yeah, we'll pay you 110. I'm like, all right. However, the work that they was giving me, I mean, the number of pages was very small compared to like other loan companies, for buyers or sellers. So at the end of the day, it wasn't, what they was paying is lower, but it was okay. I mean, it was much better than somebody saying 75 or 50, for what they was offering. So they were still paying over 100 because they wanted scan backs, and it was only 24 pages. So it was hard not to like, okay, let me hop on that because it didn't take that long. Get what I'm saying? And everything. So please forgive me, y'all, if I'm missing y'all thingamajigs. I currently work in Keller Williams sister agency. You can get in touch with agency. Yeah, if you need a lockbox code and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, what's the name? Closing Exchange. They done dropped down to 62, which is odd. And yeah, notifications been slow for me too. I ain't gonna lie. Notifications have been slow. That's why I'm out here doing the the house inspections as much as possible. I'm just taking them, and then the orders that come in, even the one that just popped in that got rescheduled, I would have loved to have done it, but my schedule doesn't float today. Today's the 9th. So had they said tomorrow, I would have been like, yeah, I can hop on that. But I just wasn't in a position to do it, and I didn't want to run the risk of stuff. Plus it was raining out here, so I got to get these inspections done and everything. So yeah, but talking to him, I done lost my train of thought. Not that it's his fault, but and stuff. So cosmetic kitty. Okay, yeah. Whoever that cosmic, yeah, thanks, Q. Yeah, so Fritter Friday, today's Wednesday. Fritter Friday, we're gonna be popping, y'all. We're gonna have the 4 men of Notary hopping up in there. Caprinis, Mather, and Q, and myself. We all gonna be on, and we're gonna talk to y'all about some notary success, because each one of those gentlemen have a story to tell. They have a story to tell. That's right, my man. And it is perfect. He did the graphic for it. I love it. So we're going to talk about our success as notaries. Caprinis, he's single. He works a full-time job. He's engaged, and he's helping his fiance getting involved in the business. Matherin, married, small kids, does some other business ventures. His wife does some business ventures, and they're homeschooling. Q, single dad, taking care of his brother, taking care of his own kids, and he's doing his thing. Plus, he's just opening up a new business venture for helping notaries with marketing. And then you have me, married, was working a W-2, went full-time in the business, have my son in the business, helping him grow in the business, supporting my wife with her business, taking care of my dad, and my youngest son, helping him developing his business ventures and everything for his investing, real estate investing, and things of that nature. So all of us have stories that we can talk to y'all about of how we got into this business and moved forward to be successful to some level. And the thing is, what I need y'all to understand is success is not just based on the number of dollars that a person has in their bank. Some people don't need $10 million a year. All they need is enough money to keep that husband or wife off their back. They just need enough money to keep extended family members from looking at them as a failure. That's all they need. That's for some people, that's all they need. And everybody's all caught up in the $10,000, $20,000 a month. You know, they're all caught up in all of these ancillary things, but nobody is caught up in being successful. Because let's just face it, you can make money without being successful. You can stand on the street corner and just say, God help me, please donate. And somebody will give you money, and you were successful at getting $25 today. Okay? You made money and you were somewhat successful, but are you really being a success in life? Because is your family still struggling? So you can make money, but it doesn't always mean you're successful. And I'm trying to balance the thing of actually being successful and defining what success is for me. And now for some of y'all, it may be if you're making $5 million a year, no matter how your family is, no matter what the relationship between you and your kids are, you're successful. You happy. Because your mindset might be, I don't care, you look, my kids grown, they do what they want. As long as I'm making my money, then that's okay, that's fine. But that's not the majority of people in life. Okay? That is not, because millionaires and billionaires out there, they want a happy family. So my level of success is about making sure my family is happy. And as long as I can make the necessary money so that I can be there to help them out, then I'm good. I don't necessarily have to make $20,000 a month, because with that comes responsibility. Just like $6,000, $7,000 comes with a level of responsibility. However, I'm not going to walk away from that money if I have the opportunity and ability to make it. I'm going to make sure that I can handle it and manage it effectively. And that's one of the things that a lot of notaries don't have in their arsenal, the ability to handle and manage success effectively. You might think that just because your notary trainer or mentor is successful and you use the same accountant and you use the same software as them, that automatically means you're going to be successful. No, it does not. It does not mean that whatsoever. It just means you spent the same amount of money, if not more, on those pieces of equipment or software and stuff like that as your notary mentor or trainer. But it takes a level of work and discipline to do that. And what people keep forgetting is that for many of us, where am I going? Oops, wrong direction. We have not been properly educated in our non-business life to be business owners. In our non-business life, we have no education, no nothing to show us how to be successful as a business owner and how to handle the increase of money. Many people don't even know how to handle the increase of money with regards to a new job. You was unemployed, and then all of a sudden you're making $50,000 a year, and next thing you know, you're $200,000 in debt. That clearly shows that you don't know what you don't know how to handle money. That's what it means. You don't know how to handle money, but yet you want to hop over, get all enamored by somebody crying on TV, on YouTube or whatever about them making $5,000 or $10,000 a month, you know, and all they did was pick up a notary stamp they found on the side of the that just had a name on it, and now they making all this money, and you're like, well, I can do the same. And come to find out, there was a whole lot more to their success than what they shared. They had connections. They had influences, people who were influential in their life that could show them and guide them. But they don't talk about that. They just make it seem like they picked up a notary stamp that was about to fall in the sewer, and bam, now they're successful. There's a whole lot more to it. There's work to be successful. And many people have been unjustifiably miseducated and shown to the fact that there's hard work. And let's just be real. When you really look at some of the people out here and some of the transitions and things that they're doing, it's not about working hard. They're working hard, as I used to say, hardly work. And that was used to be my phrase when I was a W-2. I'm working hard on hardly working. But when it comes to a business, you have to work hard, period. In thought process, in attitude, in your physicalness of what you're doing with the business, all of that, planning, everything. You got to be thinking. I mean, right now as a notary, you need to be thinking what's going to happen in May. Because it's March right now. In 2 months, what will the paper prices be? What will the toner prices be? What if all of a sudden there's a real estate boom in May, June, July? Because let's just say people are refinancing, trying to sign up for mortgages now in March and April. That means they're going to be closing in May and June. Do I have the necessary logistics together to do that? What do I got going on with my family that could interfere with me doing that? And you say, wow, man, you saying your family's interfering? Well, yeah, from the standpoint, oh, we're going to go on this trip to Disney. Okay, do we really need to be spending money to do that? Oh, well, I just need, because some people just want to take a vacation just to be taking it. I need a mental health day. Okay, go lay down in the living room. We'll tell her, and we'll send the kids to grandma's house. Go lay. I mean, sometimes your mental health day. See, sometimes taking a vacation, and let me say this, because there's some people that's on vacation right now. I'm not talking about y'all. Okay, I'm not talking about y'all because I know y'all, and y'all have worked hard, and y'all got yourself to the point to where you can. But I'm talking about down the road. I'm talking about not people now on vacation. So don't go tagging people saying, Grip, talk about you being on vacation. I am not, okay? I'm not, okay? And I love your pictures, girl. I'm talking about planning ahead down the road when you know that the real estate market could be booming. And like right now is a good time to go on vacation because there ain't really a whole lot. But come May, June, July, that's the question. Are you going to... It's sad that I got to make those kind of disclaimers because people going around starting stuff. Oops. Make sure I did turn my lights on. Make sure my lights are off. Okay, 296. But, now the question is, are you going to do what it takes to move your business forward coming up? There's a chance that it can pop. And are you putting yourself in a position to be able to do that? It's either yes or no. And if the answer is yes, then just make sure your stuff is solid. And then look for detractors and anything that could interfere and, stop you from being able to be successful in moving your business forward. And if the answer is no, then you got to get some help, some qualified help from some people that's going to help you legitimately. I'll be more than happy to help you. Hit me up, notaryhelp@griffinnotary.com. You can text me at 757-797-5432 and everything. If you email me, I think it would be best if you also texted me so I'll know, because sometimes I've been missing my emails. They're still building houses, all of that. It's just a different group of people. I mean, there's people that 5 or 6% interest rate. They're going to refinance once their financial situation is better. There's people buying houses. I mean, I know there's notaries that say, they're finally at a point where they can buy their first home. So there's people constantly buying houses. And if you're in my area and you're a notary, you need to pick me for your loan closer. I need to be your loan. Because a good friend of ours, she just bought a home. And she had my son she grew up, her and my son grew up. They're basically the same age. I think they are 1 year and 1 day apart. She was born a year and 1 day before him. So she had him, she hired and paid him to be her loan closer. And I went over the documents with him, made sure everything was straight. He sat down, did the closing. Everything was good because she moved into the house. This is what I'm talking about, people. This is the stuff that folk ain't trying to move y'all into. They're moving you into all this other ancillary stuff that is really not benefiting you. But you can get out here and get your 18, 19, 20 some year old son or daughter popping in this business and doing loan closings. That is a huge win. A huge win for my son to be able to be somebody to say, I want him to be my loan closer. She had to fight with the title company. The title company was like, nah, we're gonna tell you who we want. She was like, well, I ain't doing it. I don't want who you telling me. I want somebody else. I want him. And I pay it out of my own pocket. That's what she told them. And she contacted me, and I was like, you did right. You did right. And she paid out of her own pocket. She's like, I'm paying it anyway. And she wanted to pay him a certain amount, and they was trying to pay him less, and she was like, no, I'll do it myself. And they was like, okay, then you pay it. And that's what she did. Since she had to pay it anyway, she's like, I gotta pay this anyway. So she was like, yeah. So that's what I see for y'all. If you hang in here and stay in this business long enough, and your kids are 15, 12 years old, man, you can turn some stuff over to them. You get them right. Next thing you know, if you direct, they can end up pulling in there, working with you direct. They can do the signing companies with you, however your area operates, all of that kind of stuff. This is what I'm saying, people. All of these are opportunities for you. It's more than, you can't, there's not a whole lot you can transition over from Uber and Grubhub to your kids. Okay? Oh, I'm trying to figure out what's all this noise. There's really not a whole lot. But you can take this notary business and you can pass it down. If your kids are in the right mindset, you can pass this business down to them. Man, I'm way out here in Chesapeake. I keep hearing stuff vibrating and banging around, so that's the benefit of this business, y'all. And I didn't see that as a benefit, honestly, when I first started, but now I do. And I'm like, cool. And now I got some good friends of mine down in Florida, two of them that I went to school with. They hit me up. I'm helping them. Then I got a partner of mine that was in went to school with me, lived around the corner from me. Helped him out, gave him some advice on what to do for the business. Him and his wife, they got into it. I got to double check on him, see how he's doing and everything. He has his hands in a lot of different things, but yeah, that's what you want to be, and you got to be solid. And what you don't want to be is some fly-by-night type of notary. And then your friends get involved and they looking at you like, ugh, you messy. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, that's the most embarrassing thing. That you get out here, you tell your friends, and then when they really see what you're doing in the business, and they're like, you messy. You messy. You ain't doing stuff right. You don't want that. All right, let me hop out real quick. Turn my lights on, so everybody know I'm out here doing what I got to do. Body cams on, and everything. So let me pop that. I really wish I was on StreamYard. No garage, no for sale signs. It's not private or gated. All right, and everything's good there. Take these 4 pictures. Look like you got a shed in the back. And let me see. Do I need to take side pictures? Nope, don't need to take any side pictures. So hold on, be right back in about 2 minutes, y'all. All right, less than 2 minutes. All right, that one was easy and everything. So let me see some of this here. I know, man. I know. I've been so busy. Every time I sit down, it's just like stuff been coming in left and right. So I got to do a notary tech talk. Oh my goodness, because I got all these different ideas in my head and everything. So this weekend I'm pretty light on stuff. I don't think I got anything major going on this weekend. So I'm definitely gonna sit down and record some this weekend, and everything. So if y'all got any ideas of what you need to know, because I'm trying to go through a list of things. Even if somebody might, just feel free to throw it in the chat, and I'll go back through later and look at the chat, or put it in the regular. If not in the regular chat, put it as a comment. Put it as a comment on the video, not the live chat, but in the comment, and then I'll go back and grab that and everything, and all of that, because I know there's some printing stuff, that questions that people have. I know I want to do one on the VPN thing, because my man Oswald was talking about that, the different types of VPN, which is virtual private networks. Those are things you can use. And I think I'm not too far from this one. Let's see where this one is. So yep, 9 minutes. Yep, this is perfect. Yep. So 9 minutes to get to that one and everything. So yeah, I gotta do some more. And I didn't. I was trying not to not do one this week, but I just got so hit up with all of these different house inspections. And what it is, a lot of people, they don't like doing the interior inspections. In my area, two things they don't like. They don't like doing the interior inspections, and they don't like doing the ones down here where I'm at in Chesapeake. Because part of Chesapeake, I mean, you can be way out in the country down there by North Carolina. And of course, given the gas prices, people are like, I ain't really feeling all that driving and stuff. So matter of fact, I gotta get my water. My water's all the way in the back. I'm gonna have to pull over in a second and grab that, and then I gotta pick up this other thing. But yeah. So with the Notary Tech Talk, that's one of the things. Now I will say this here, y'all. Right now, it's very imperative that you as a notary, as a business owner, you're going to have to start doing some of your own research and digging up stuff. Because my mindset is, anybody who claims that they are there to be a notary educator or mentor or coach, things of that nature, that there's a responsibility on that individual to do things right. And I do understand that the notary, the person seeking help, needs to do the proper vetting. But the problem is, in my opinion, and this is very critical, the problem with trying to vet a individual who's talking about, you can make this money, I can help you, sign up, take my this, buy my that. The problem is that there's so many people that are caping for them, that are talking so positive about them, it sort of kills your willingness or your need to vet them, because they got so many people saying they're the greatest since sliced bread. So all these people are saying this person is fabulous, this training is all of that. And then, let me see, I gotta pull over. A lot of times what I like to do is pull over into church parking lots where, that way, it's more neutral. I'm not pulling into somebody's thing. Yep, I know. Well, I can't park here. I had something I need to do, and they got severely cam talking about they're gonna be alarming and all of that. And you know what? I ain't gonna take long. I just need to do this real quick. They just have to be mad at me and stuff. I got this one thing I gotta grab in the back. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. because I left it in the trunk. Ouch. Is it here? Nope, it's on the other side. All right, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Let me open this bag. See if you're in here. All right, let's see. Got that, but I do not see my flashlight. Where's my flashlight? Where's my flashlight? All right. Where the heck is this? Oh, here it is. Here it is. There it is. All right. All right, there it is. I knew it was right here somewhere. Whew. All right, got that. Got my water. And all right. I always like to have, I don't know, I just, old habit of mine, just always like to have my flashlight with me. But yeah, so, and I agree. I do agree with people when they say you need to vet and research these people out here to see if you and them, if everybody's a good fit. The problem is you can't always properly vet them because there's not a whole lot out there about them. So, I mean, really, outside of what they do as a notary or within the notary community, there's really nothing about them like some bio and biography about them, or your ability to go and talk to their last 5 employers and stuff like that. I mean, you really don't have any way to truly vet them, and then especially if there's nobody talking about them or saying what they, the truth. Does say, okay, I had a conflict with so and so, and here's the deal. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have any of that. If there's any kind of Better Business Bureau issues with them and you're not in that state, you see what I'm saying, you have to do all of that. So I'm not saying that you don't vet them or you just shoot from the hip. What I'm saying is everybody needs to be right and exact in this business. It's a responsibility of all of us. As the notary trainer, mentor, coach, you should already want to do stuff correctly and right, okay? That to me, that should be automatic. Because we're notaries, we're supposed to be held to a higher standard. So from a notarial standpoint, I should be above reproach. And then as a notary trainer, coach, or mentor, or encourager, as I guarantee people are going to start saying, I'm not a notary anything, I'm just encourager. I'm just a notary encourager. I'm just encouraging you to be the best notary you can be on this day. Got it. Okay? So whatever role you call yourself, or you put yourself in, the thing is this: you got to do things right. As I was saying earlier when me and my man was talking, you see I'm bad with names. I forgot my man's name already. Down there, he's in Texas. I know a lot of people say I don't want to knock somebody's hustle. But the problem is, your hustle gets knocked if your hustle is hurting people. If you're hurting people in your hustle, that's not a good thing. Because let's just be real. If somebody was doing their little hustle and they was like, thank you, and they was working on your car, yeah, I got this little side hustle business of car fixing, and then they're in the commencement of doing their hustle, they don't get your car fixed. Your car gets worse and worse. You gonna be knocking their hustle. It's easy not to knock a hustle when the hustle doesn't hurt you. Hold up, what's going on here? All right, hold on. Whoop, let me bump up some. The name of the company I'm doing is Groundworks. If you look in my playlist, there's a playlist. I don't know who this this is, okay, spam call. They hung up. Groundworks inspections. In my groundwork playlist, you'll see the groundworks house inspections playlist, and you can look in those videos, and there's the link to the site, and you can sign up with them and everything. I'm just trying to get this thing so my phone. There we go. But let me see what's going on. Somebody was saying something about somebody from Florida. Okay, you're looking for a mentor. As I share with people all the time, the best way to get mentored by me is first look at the videos that I put out there. You look at the videos I'm putting out there, the notary basic videos, things of that nature. Look at the first 6 videos in there. Look at my business mindset videos. Look at my make your move videos. The business mindset and make your move are really not my videos. Those are videos from motivational speakers and stuff. So you can determine whether you want to have the right mindset for this business. And then to be mentored, at least by me, you need to be able to articulate to yourself where you're trying to go in this business. What are you trying to do? What are your goals, across the board? And then from there, I don't have a problem sitting down and talking with you. So then I can determine what level of help, if any, that I can give to you. Because if you're in the right mindset, you may not really need a whole lot of mentoring. You just need to go and execute. Get what I'm saying? You may need to go ahead on and execute what you've concluded and figured out for yourself. So my mentorship really starts off with you sitting down and figuring out who you are and where you want to go. And then from there, okay, let me see what I can help you. Make sure you're going in the right direction this way, right direction that way, so forth and so on. Because it's hard for me. I'm the type, maybe other people, I'm not the kind of person that's like, okay, well, come over here and here's this 5-step program. You do these 5 things and you're going to be successful. There are steps and things that you can do to be successful. However, you got to decide for yourself what you want to do and be able to articulate that to a mentor that you're trying to work with. You see what I'm saying? So it says the property inspection. That's about buying an inspection thing. I might have to go back and look at all of these here. Thank you for saying you love the content. So I'm all for helping anybody. And this is where a lot of the trainers/mentors that are currently out there and new people who are doing it, their concern is, well, a lot of notaries, a lot of people who say they need help, their attitude is, I just want to answer. You're not willing to do anything to move forward in your business. And here's the thing, if this is that overwhelming to you, then that's a problem. If you're that overwhelmed, okay, all right, all this is saying is Marsh Creek, but 21, okay, what the heck? Okay, that's not Marsh. All right, so where the heck? All right, that's one of the issues that I have with this here, with the Groundworks app. Their GPS sometimes be taking me all over the place, and it looked like I am not where I need to be. All right. Oh, okay. I don't know why this thing was saying Marsh. Gosh, yeah, today the GPS is off. All right, so one of the tips and tricks on the Groundworks, if you're having problems with the GPS, because sometimes it goes by geographical coordinates. I don't know why. That's the silliest thing in the world to me. You sometimes may have to just type in the actual address in the GPS instead of clicking, the go here thing, 2101. All right. So it's saying I'm 400 feet from the daggone thing, and I don't see what street. All right, so got it. Okay, now I see where I'm at. Yeah, and it was taking me to some other location that had nothing to do with what I'm trying to do. All right, so here it is. All right, that was that one. So it's this house over here. Is that it? Yep. So let me turn around. All right, found it. So I don't know what was going on with that GPS. It was, yeah, it just had me going in the wrong place. But yeah. So as a notary, what you're gonna have to do, there's people out there, and let's just really, okay, they have information that they can help you, but their personality, their temperament is not one of patience, of dealing with you when you got a lot of questions. Okay. And I think that would be a fair thing to say. And I think that's something that people probably would need to let potential mentees know up front, that look, I'm not the most patient person, so I'm gonna tell you what you need. I'm gonna tell you what I think you need to do. Go do it and let me know whether it work. That's how some people are. I'm not necessarily like that. I can be, but I'm not necessarily like that. So the balance is, and see, this here's where hold on. The balance is trying to understand where you're at. And let's just be real. You might be more needy. Okay. You might be a needy individual. It's just true. I mean, you might be needy. And the person who you're trying to get help from don't deal with needy. Okay. But then the question is, the person who is trying to help, they need money or they desire money. So now the question is, do I take the money from this person who I clearly see is a very needy person, and I don't like dealing with needy people? So do I take their money and hope they change? Or do I just go ahead home and leave them alone, and say, hey, I'm not the right fit for you? To me, see, this is where doing things, being thorough, comes in at. Knowing I'm doing regular house inspection, the external, just taking the pictures of the outside. No inside ones today. I just got like 5 of them. If y'all, yeah, I'm down here in Chesapeake, way down here, because Chesapeake, Virginia is huge, and I'm going into like 2 or 3 different spots and stuff. Okay, so somebody is pushing $20,000 in business grants. Okay, all right. There's a garage. Yeah, so the question becomes, how do you vet these people? Because, and even some of the individuals that I've heard say vet them, how can I vet you? What's the only, I mean, there's not that many ways that you can vet somebody. Let me look. Okay, let's just say right here, all things Natagene. Okay, all things Natagene. Yeah, we spoke on the live together. Let's just say, yeah, and the apps do have glitches, these apps for the house inspection. So let's just say all of a sudden, all things Natagene, she decides that she's going to start a notary training business or mentoring or helping people out. And then all of a sudden, Noconia, I hope I'm saying that, Noconia 75 and Robin Harper, I'm just looking at the most recent chats, things. If those two say, hey, yeah, we want to go with Natagene, we want Natagene to train us, how do they vet her? What is the process of vetting them? How do they find out whether Natagene is okay? There's not a whole lot of information out there on her. So the only way you really can vet them is by spending money with them and working with them and dealing with them and talking with them. However, if Natagene says, well, I ain't spending my time talking to you and letting you vet me, you got to just buy my course, and let's just say it's a course that you just do and you don't really interact with them. Take my course, go through Thinkific and all of that, and take my course, and boom, boom, boom. Now the question is like, okay, and then you don't really get what you want. Who's to blame? Okay, because you couldn't really vet them. And then if you try to talk to other students, and then all the students you do talk to say they're the greatest thing in the world, but then you don't know who these people who don't think they're the greatest thing. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying it's really hard to vet these people who you don't know out here on social media. And then when they're, and nothing, not saying that Natagene should do And then when they're not even using their real name in their profile on YouTube or wherever, they got these names, Black Queen Arising, and no longer living in the trailer park, and not under the oppression of that foreign country that I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to cover all the different racial bases. You got people, I love black eyed peas, which I just bought some for my dad because he likes them, so I got to cook them for him tonight. But that's what I'm saying. How do you vet the person? I don't disagree with that needs to be done, but there's no vetting process out there. I mean, do you ask the trainer to give me your social and everything so I can pay to have a background check done on you, like the NNA did? How do you vet the person who is trying to train you at all? That's the question. Hold on, let me hop out and do this here real quick. All right. All right, done. So that's the thing. I'm not against the vetting of anybody. I think it should be done. The question is, how do you go about doing it in this day and age without seeming creepy? I mean, for real, how do you do it without appearing to be creepy, sneaking around, back searching people and all of that? Got 2 more to do, y'all, then I'll be done. All right. Woo, getting this stuff done today. And but that's the question. How do you go about vetting them when everybody who is talking is saying they're the greatest in the world? And it's a good marketing ploy, because then it causes you to, like, well, there's no need to my man Oswald down in the subway, it causes people to, like, well, if everybody's saying they cool, all right, well, what is there for me to be tripping over? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I guess there's Google reviews on these trainers and mentors, but with so many popping up left and right and all over, it's hard to really say that you're going to find something. Now, I don't do the residential letter drops, and I don't think Groundworks is into that. If they are, I didn't know. If Groundworks does residential letter drops, I'm not familiar with that at all. I'm not familiar with them doing it. I'm familiar with that concept. I'm the type, I would probably sign up to do it, but I wouldn't look at that as a main thing to do. That wouldn't be a priority of mine. I would only be concerned about doing that if as a backup to, let's say, the loan closings really did take a hit, and I would do that. Now, there is a company, gosh, they call We Something. I forgot. It's We Something, and I'm signed up with them, and every now and then I get this random thing where they want me to go to a bar and take some pictures and stuff. But when they ask me to do it, it's always at a time that I can't do it. And I wish I could remember the name of the company. But it starts off like We Something. We do something, or we are something. Yeah, we go look. Okay. I want to start singing, we are the world, we are the children, We are the notaries that notarize for everyone who pay us. I was about to do that. But, you know, yeah, we go look. So that's some kind of thing that's out there. And I signed up for it. I think my friend Crystal here in Virginia told me about it. So no, I did a video. If you look at my groundworks inspections playlist, there's a video out there. There's a playlist and it shows the video. It's not hard. I've gone through it, show people how to do it. They got videos out there within groundworks to show you how to do it. So it's not too terribly hard whatsoever to do the video, to do it, you know. And it's not about being 1000% accurate. It's about being as close to accurate as you can. Because sometimes the way the house is measured, or it's the way they originally measured it and said, hey, the square footage is 2,500, and then when you do the measurements, it's 2,540 or 2,439. It might be off a little bit here and there, but as long as the inspections, if it says the house is supposed to be 2,500, and then when you do the inspection, man, I'm way over. I ain't too far from Popeyes. I might get that Popeyes chicken sandwich today, because I am hungry right now. It is, oh man, it's almost noon. Shoot, it's time for Grip to get some grub. Let me see where it's gonna take me. If it take me past the Popeyes, I'm gonna have to swing. But yep, it's going back past the Popeyes. I'm getting ready to get. Now I'll be on the Popeyes tag on it. They've been on their chicken sandwich. They've been like, we ain't got no chicken today. So, and all I got plenty of water and stuff. Should have brought me a ginger ale. Normally what I would do, see if there was a Wendy's. I don't know who these people. If there was a Wendy's, I would just swing and grab that. Okay, wait a minute, hold up. I could go by Wendy's, because that's really what okay, nah, I'm not going to end up being by the Wendy's, so I need to grab me something now. And if I could just grab a couple of slices of pizza, that would even be better and stuff. Because see, if I eat that Popeyes, I'm gonna be full for the rest of the day, and that's gonna throw my whole eating schedule off. So I ain't gonna mess with Popeyes. I might just have to take that special trip a little bit further up the road to go to Wendy's and get some fries. I'll do that. That's what I call low fruit hanging and stuff. But hold on, let me see what my people are saying. Yeah, so doing the house inspections are that groundworks playlist showing me doing a house inspection. I just go up, clickety click, and I'm out. And everything. So yeah, it's not hard. But the question is, how do you vet a notary signer? I mean, that's not a signer, a notary trainer. And I was in Clubhouse the other day, and we was talking about that. And I wholeheartedly agree. And I know people, because I said it's on everybody. And I know some people like, well, no, it ain't on the trainer. The trainer, they just doing their thing. But what's the thing that they're doing? Because if the thing they're doing is really not profitable to the person who needs the training, then are you really doing your thing? And I get it that some people aren't training on how to do loan documents. But see, my thought is this. If I'm doing anything to help you grow your notary business, but you don't know how to do notarizations, and I know that that's a key factor for you, that for everybody, that you need to know how to do notarizations, what point does it do me to maybe not just check, okay? Even if I don't teach it, but if I'm teaching you how to do something, let's just say this house inspection stuff has something to do with notarization, had something to do with the notary business, where you would eventually do the groundwork stuff and it would lead into you doing some type of notary work. If what I'm teaching you ties into you sitting down and notarizing a document, I don't think it would be wrong for you to just question and say, hey, Fred, do you know how to notarize? Do you understand how to properly notarize in accordance with your state law? Even if they're not in my own state. If the answer is yes, I will take their word for it. Okay, cool. And then some people may take the word. Me, I would still drill them a little bit, and I would go and say, okay, well, talk to me about it. What's your state law says? This, that, the other. I would do that because what I don't want, this is just the way I look at it. You take some kind of training from me, and then you're not able to be profitable in the notary business. It's failing, and you're like, well, man, I spent all that money with you, and I ain't getting nothing, and I done got blacklisted. Now, of course, yes, the average person will say, hey, look, I just taught you how to do ... That's on you. I just think from the care and concern that we should have for each other and the importance of what we do as notaries, it would be very important, and this is imperative, that if I'm training you anything in this business that's related to you doing notary stuff, that you want to be sitting down, is to help you get more notary business. I don't see anything wrong with just questioning and saying, are you sure you understand how to notarize? Have you taken the NNA Notary Essentials? No, I didn't. I didn't even know that was a thing. Go take NNA Notary Essentials. Go take that so you can make sure you understand how to notarize properly, because at the end of the day, if I teach you how to design your own business cards, and I'm not coming at the Canva folk, because I know a lot of people teaching Canva and y'all think I'm coming at y'all. What I'm saying is this: if you're teaching somebody how to market their business, which is to help them grow into getting more notarial work, there's nothing wrong with just asking them the question and making sure that they're solid, because some people aren't. Because what's causing the reduced fees is not whether somebody knows how to do Canva, or even somebody knows how to explain, loan documents, or the PCOR, the permanent change of residence, which is primarily a California document. That's not what's causing people, the tax signing companies, primarily causing them to say, we're going to drop the fees because you don't know how to tell people the who and not the what, and the what and not the where, and all that stuff. You don't know how to do that, so we're dropping the fees until you notaries figure that out. No, the fees are being dropped because notaries are not notarizing documents correctly. That's why fees are being dropped, because notaries are jacking that up, because documents aren't able to get recorded. You see what I'm saying? That's where the problem comes in at, and they're making those grave mistakes. So if we eliminate that, then that makes things so much better. And everything. And I wish I could be reading y'all comments. I am running permits, getting into loan signing. Yeah, I haven't done the permit running. I don't have the time because of I'll be honest, I don't think I will be able to effectively do the permit running and the house inspections, because just the time frame, so I can only handle so much. I mean, the main things I do is the notary work, which includes all notary, anything, general notary, all of that, anything notary I do. And then I also do the house inspections. That's all I can handle on my plate. If I were to get into permit running, all the door knock stuff and putting stickers and flyers, I can't handle all of that. I don't have the time to manage all of that. It will cause something financially to get reduced, and okay, you put them off to the side. It will cause something to be reduced, and that just wouldn't work for me, Okay, county went to 95% online, and then you just have to make sure that you are a Ron notary. However, as I've said look at the videos in my Ron playlist, a while ago, and people are starting to communicate this as they're getting in the Ron. Even though your county maybe say, okay, you're saying your county's 95% Ron. What I take that as, you're trying to say is that 95% of the orders are being done Ron, or the 95% of the companies in that area only do Ron. That's the question. But the thing is, in order for Ron to take place, it's back here. Never ever been over? No, I ain't never been over here before. What has to happen is the title company the lender, and the oh, okay, it's over there. The title company, lender. Why do I think I've been at this house before? This house, I don't know, it just looks familiar. Like I've been over here, like I've done a closing over here before. I think I have. I think I did a closing for them because I remember this house here. I'm a visual when it comes to landmarks and stuff. So I think I have. I think I've done a closing for them. Yeah, because I think I actually remember parking in the same exact spot. And yeah, I've been here before. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. I'm doing a house inspection across the street. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying, y'all? I was just looking at that. The title company. So everybody has to be involved with that. So it has the three entities. The title company has to accept notarized documents. The lender has to, and the title. I mean, not the title. The county. So that's the thing. So you might be doing a lot of runs in your area, but the question is, are they being recorded in your area? Are they being recorded at your courthouse? If it's a bunch of runs for other countries, I mean, for other counties or other states, that's not necessarily that everything in your area has gone to run. You see what I'm saying? So the question is, are the title companies and lenders and all of that are for the actual homes in your area, are they all run? If they are, cool. Just make sure you're in a position to take advantage of those. If they're not, but not everybody is doing run, so that's what you have to keep in mind. Right, no side pictures. So let me knock this one out real quick and everything. Yeah, StreamYard got to get to a point where you can do this, have an app, and you can do it on the app, because I really would love to interact with y'all a little bit better than what I have been, and get somebody to hop on here and everything. I was wondering about that. Do they? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? See, that's why it's hard. She said the permit. By the way, permits in my county are 95%. I'm thinking closing. My bad, y'all. But we still learned something about Ron. So with Ron, everything that I said about Ron that you got to take an account of is true. And the permits are 95% online. Then, well, it's not so much that they need notaries. It's who do they need to do it? Because I mean, you don't have to be a notary to do permits, because there's nothing to notarize and everything. So yeah, and I do know there's a person that's selling a course out there. I've never taken their course or any of that kind of stuff, so I don't know. My man Caprinas, what's up? Y'all, man, y'all gonna enjoy listening to him on Friday for the Fitter Friday and everything in 2 days. Do you know what requirements for? No, I don't. I don't know with that. Now, for what we do here, there's you're what they call us is a house data collector. Okay. Oh, so there are documents to notarize with permits. That's interesting. I've never heard anybody say that until you said it. I'm serious. I've never heard everybody talking about be a permit runner, and I've never heard anybody say that there was documents that needed to be notarized. That's why I love talking with y'all. You learn something. So let me hop out, knock out this here, then I got one more, and then we can end this live, y'all. Got to make sure I turn my lights off, because one of the rules is with red and white lights, you can't ride around with red and white lights flashing. But I like them because they really are bright. I mean, you can really see them, and the lights is flash so people will know that I'm out here and everything. Check my battery life on this phone. Make sure I ain't about to run out of power. Let me plug that up. Put some juice up in here. All right, there we go. All right, got down to 48%. All right, so that house inspection done. All right, so that one's done. Whew, I'm getting hungry. All right, so let's see here. Yep, it's bad internet down here in Chesapeake. So yeah, so I get it. People are saying the notary need to vet people, but how do we do that? I think if we're business owners, we have to do things right. We want everybody to do things right. So I think if we operate in that regard, man, things will be a whole lot better. Whoo. All right, let's see where I gotta go. Let's see. Man, this one look like I'm gonna be way out there. Oh, it ain't too bad. Well, 18. Yeah, I am not that far. I don't know if y'all could. All right, this is where I gotta go. Right here at the bottom of that green, that's North Carolina. That's how close I am to North Carolina. All right, I'm right down here where that dot is. That's where I gotta go. And that line going across there, you see that line underneath that little green patch? That's North Carolina. All that is the Dismal Swamp area. So I got to go way down there. So I am not too far from North Carolina and everything. So let me see here. Man, so, and I ain't got nothing I thought I had me something to snack on in this car. I ain't got nothing to snack on. All right, so what do I want to do? Do I want to go grab something to eat or shoot down there and be hungry and stuff? Because I am hungry. As I've said before, Groundworks pays $20 for the outside inspections. Matter of fact, the order just popped in here. Did I grab it? Nope, I missed it. $20 for the outside inspections. The inside inspection, the interior ones could go from $60 to $90 depending on the company and all of that kind of stuff. So I need to get something to eat because I'm hungry and everything. So inside, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. 60, 90, because sometimes they don't need the which way am I gotta go? They don't need the drawing. So sometimes if they don't need the drawing, you'll probably only have to yeah, it's time for me to put some food in my belly. I just gotta figure out. I know it wants me to go that way, but all right, let me do this here. Make sure nobody's behind me. All right. All right, cool. I can go that way. All right, it'll be 8 minutes to get there, but well worth it. So I'm on Parker Road, so shoot. Okay. All right, I know which way to go. This way. Going right. Yep. All right, cool. But yeah, so I mean, I might have to do another live where I can get people to hop on where we talk about how to go about vetting this. Now I know somebody, we got people that always like to steal folk ideas, so don't be surprised between now and the time I do if somebody does a video or a live kind of break that down, okay? Because people be stealing my stuff, like, yo, Griff said that, and then they do a video about it. So sometimes If I got to put disclaimers out saying I'm not trying to talk smack or shade at somebody, but then I will throw a disclaimer out there saying, yeah, I know you're taking my idea that I'm talking about here and everything. So, which, even if somebody did do it, I would still do it. However, I did a video already called what you need to ask your notary trainer before spending money with them, or either call questions you need to ask them. So if y'all look at my YouTube videos, and this is from a while ago, but if you type in the search bar for YouTube, Griffin Notary, notary trainer, something like that, you will see that video, and I really go over it in there of what you need to ask them. So I already sort of went over the vetting, but now that we got these newer notaries that have no actual experience or no kind of background, you know, you don't know them. You know, a lot of them saying I've only been doing this for, you know, a year or less, and they're saying I'm a trainer or I train people. Again, how do you vet them? How do you make sure that they ain't, you know, crazy? That's the question. Okay, I don't even need the GPS no more. I know where I'm going. You know, that's the question. That's all I'm saying is I'm not against anybody doing something that's going to help somebody out. But if what you're doing is not helpful, or you can't handle the influx, you know, all of a sudden, because when you start talking about training people and you're worried about trying to balance your family life out and everything, that can be difficult. See, for me, my family life is at a point where I can do this. I can actually help y'all because my wife is working her business. My sons are working, doing their thing, and also help taking care of pops. My dad, he's laid back, he's chill, all of that stuff. So I don't have a whole lot of other distractions that are out there, or responsibilities or requirements or whatever you want to call it, because somebody get offended. I said distraction, like, oh, you're saying your family's a distraction. You know, anything could be a distraction if it's not profitable. If somebody's like, well, I just want you to come cuddle with me, okay, but I gotta go do a signing. Yeah, I know, but you gotta go, like, you know, like Do the Right Thing, Mookie and Rosie Perez. Oh, poor doggy limping. You know, Rosie Perez like, nah, you stay here in the bed with me. He like, I gotta go to work. You know, and she like, nah, you need to stay here in the bed with me. You don't love me because you ain't staying in the bed with me. Now, you know, there comes a time where it's like, okay, we can cuddle later on, but I gotta go make them coins. You get what I'm saying? So you have that. So that's why I'm saying, gotcha. You take it easy, Robin. You know, that's the thing. So y'all know what I'm talking about. That was the only thing I really remember about that movie, except for when the police killed Dutterman. Was that, and that really, y'all don't understand, that scene right there really shaped my life. Not the little stuff of him putting the ice on her, okay? I ain't talking about that. Probably wasn't her real body in the first place. But what I'm talking about is the whole concept there, that little thing of her wanting him to just lay up in the bed when he was trying to go to work to take care of them. And I made up in my mind at that point in my life, I'll never be with a woman that's like that. Radio Raheem. Yeah, radio. I don't know why. Dutterman. What was Dutterman? Now Dutterman was daggone it, New Jack City. I think was that Dutterman was New Jack City? Well, you know what I'm talking about, because the same guy he played Dutterman, where he was stuttering all the time. Or maybe a different character, but I just remember the name Dutterman. I thought it was him, which he's a wonderful actor. I love that guy. But my thing is, when I saw that scene, I was like, I will never be with a woman who, yeah, New Jack City, who would want me to just lay up in the bed all day, and I'm out here trying to work and everything, and then get mad at me when the bills ain't paid. I said I would never be with a woman like that. I'm serious. That's the only thing that of value. Well, two things of how the police can be, and then that scene with Rosie Perez and them. And I said, never be with a woman like that. And I mean it. And my wife now, she's not like that. You know, so So yeah, so we ain't going that way. If I gotta go out here and make the money work, it's 24 hours in a day. As long as I come back home safe, I'll cuddle with you then. You know. So the question is just how do we go about making it happen? So we, as business owners, are supposed to do things correctly. Okay. We're supposed to do things correctly. We're supposed to be doing things that are not hurting people, that are not causing pain in other people's lives and stuff like that. So I think I got my cash here. Okay, yeah. That's the kicker. The kicker. All right. Yep, there's my Wendy's. So I'm all for people making money, but it shouldn't be at the detriment of other people. And if you're a notary trainer, you're a notary coach, mentor, you have to take some type of personal responsibility to ensure that what you're doing is above reproach. Now, once you get to that level, you can't do anything about what the other person do. In other words, you got a young lady, she's a perfect wife. She does everything she can to make sure that her household is straight. But her husband does ... Like in the story of the Mad Black Woman. Diary of the Mad Black Woman. You know what I'm saying? She did everything, and then he goes and he flips out on her and does his thing. You can't control what other people do, but you can control what you do and make sure that what you're doing is without reproach. And that's the key. If you can do that, all right, come on, which way you going now? You're blocking me. You're blocking me from a French fries. All right. A little bit of a line here at the Wendy's. But yeah, that's the thing. So with everything, it's about making sure that, okay, little young fellas, making sure that you are doing what's right. You get what I'm saying? That you're doing what's right. And then it'll be up to the person, because the more you can do what's right, then that means that person has no way to blame you. So even though people can blame you anyway, but the way I try to operate is to do things to a certain degree that no matter how much you may try to blame me, when the facts are looked at, it was you. Griff did the videos. Griff put the videos out. Griff is doing this. Griff is doing that. He makes himself available. You didn't take advantage of it. Many notaries have gotten stuck on stuff at a closing. And in certain ones I told, I said, well, if you get stuck, give me a call. And then next thing I know, I get a call from them 2-3 days later saying, yeah, I had this problem and I just got dinged on it. I'm like, why didn't you call me when you was at the closing? I ain't even think about that, Griff. I ain't even think about you. But yet before the closing, you was calling me, tearing my phone up, left and right, demanding that, and some, not everybody, but some people demanding that, I, mentor you and all of that kind of stuff, and getting upset with me because I'm like, I'm not going to be the typical mentor. I'm like, yeah, dude, what's wrong with you? You almost hit me. You look like you don't pay attention to nothing. So you got that, and then it's like, oh man, I ain't even think about you. So I'm like, and see, this is why I don't just hop out there mentoring people and everything. And I understand both sides of the aisles. The trainers, they want to help people. They really do. I believe the majority of them really do. Some of them out there scamming, but a lot of them, they want to help people. But then they got to be thorough themselves, because when you say you want to help somebody, my mentor style, I've said my mentor style, start off with reading looking at my videos. That's my mentor style. Look at the videos. From there, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna hear what you got to say. Then I'm gonna share with you my perspective on what you're trying to do. My awesome part of my style is that you need to have the right business mindset acclimate, meaning you need to be thinking as a business owner and not a hustler. And then you need to be able to go out there and execute. Plus, for me, I don't know, I actually adjust how I deal with people based on their personality, because I'm trying to figure out your personality. Because some people, they can't handle hard, straight, direct, talk. Some people, they want to come up with, they want their ideas, they want to have these little lofty ideas, but they don't really want to be told the truth about them. They just want somebody to sign off on it. That's not me. I'll listen to you, and then I'll share what I got to say. But if I realize all you want is just to be able to have somebody who you can just regurgitate these lofty ideas that you haven't really vetted yourself, then I ain't got nothing to say to you. I'm like, go for it. And case in point, one young lady called me up and was like, yeah, I'm quitting the notary business. I'm going to get this job, you know. And I just said, okay. And I could, hold on one second, let me order my fries. Hold on.
How can I help you?
Yeah, I just need one large fry, that's it.
Alright, couple knots in order, please.
Thank you, lady.
You're welcome.
See, I got to be nice to them people because sometimes they be giving you extra fries when you're nice. But yeah, so she was like, well, I'm quitting the notary business and this and I was like, and her reasoning, I was like, okay. And I said, okay. I mean, that's all I could. I was like, okay. And I can tell she wasn't asking me. She wasn't like asking my advice. She was telling me, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm just letting you know. And I was like, okay, well, at the same time, I'm like, why are you telling me? Because I really don't know you. But if you want to tell me, I'll listen. All right, cool. If you need me, let me know. That's all I can say. She calls back a couple of weeks later, and she was like, you didn't want me to do that, did you? I was like, nah, I don't think you probably needed to. And she was like, you're right, because I quit that job, I think, within a couple of days of getting it. She said, because they was asking me to do stuff that I knew wasn't right, that I learned from you that I wasn't supposed to do. So me mentoring you, if I'm able to educate you and share information to you to where if you make a decision and then you get in there and like, whoa, you know what? Nah, this isn't right. Then I've done my job. And then she went back to doing loan closings, and she had some other external factors that really bothered her. Hey, what's going on? All right. 1, 2, 3, I think 4. All right. All right, they got me stacked on the fries. Ooh, it's hot. All right, ladies, y'all have a good one now. So she ended up back doing loan closings and everything and all of that. And she realized, she said, I felt like I was disappointing you. And I was like, yeah, I was disappointed and everything, because I felt that there was more to it than just you wanting to buy a house. And when she told me what the other factors were, I was like, okay, got it. So she did it out of emotions, because somebody, I'm going to the wrong. Let me get the house up. All right. Yeah, so my mentor, and yeah, I'm gonna be straight. Now at the same time, I am compassionate, and I understand I'm not gonna just sit here and be, fussing and cussing people out, which I don't be cussing anyway. So I get that, and I am compassionate and very considerate of people's feelings and stuff, but I will be straight with you. And my thought is this, y'all. There have been so many people in this business that have just had a smile on their face like nothing's going wrong. Like everything is okay, but behind the scenes, they are pissed off that notaries are jacking documents off, and notaries are being late, and notaries are double-side printing, and they're just mad, angry, frustrated, but then they get on camera and they get in front of everybody, and that's fine. That's their personality, and I respect that. Everything's fine. We're good. We got a great notary industry. We're wonderful, but yet we're not addressing. All right, Nata Jean, I think you guys said got to bounce. You said, you say did your inspection in the yeah. I've been in some sketchy neighborhood. That's why you use Google Maps to look at the neighborhood ahead of time. But Man, yeah, I told y'all to be nice to them. They loaded me up on some fries, almost like the way they be doing in Five Guys. Yep, got my waters. But yeah, that's all. I mean, yeah, I will be straight with you. I mean, I put it this way: I can fluff everything up, but what I will say is, looking at how people have fluffed everything up, it is it hasn't done well for the business for a lot of people. A lot of people getting these little fluff, everything's fine, everything's great, because you got a notary stamp, your life is just wonderful, and then they run into a crazy lender, a crazy escrow officer, a crazy client, you know, or they've been told to do certain things that are just not practical. Again, people being told have the customer initial every single page in the loan packet when no one told you to do that. I'm like, why are you telling people to do something that the lender themselves don't want done? It's just to ensure that, you know, everybody has, that they've seen every page. Who told you to do that? Well, that's just something that I was trained to do. Who trained them to do that? And why? What was the purpose? Is the purpose still valid today? You see what I'm saying? And it makes, and see, a lot of stuff that people are told to do in this business, it makes them feel good. It makes them feel really, really, really special, that they're doing something more than just signing and stamping. They're doing something, and they can sit there at the Thanksgiving table, and bragging about how they explain documents to people and how they have initial stuff and all of that, and then they can be critical. They say, well, let me show you my loan documents that I got. You know, the copy they sent me. Oh, well, see, that's a bad notary because they didn't have you initial stuff. They didn't initial the right to cancel, but they notarized everything and it got recorded in the person's in the house. So you're being critical of them because they didn't do what your trainer said to do, whether that trainer was around then or not. But there's no legitimate reason to have a person initial every single page of a 180 page loan document. Why? And to this day, and I've been asking this question, and no one has come on to tell me why that is a valid thing to do that. You know, even with the lenders, because there's too many sets of instructions that I've seen out there that say only have them initial pages that have an initial block on it. So if the instructions is telling you to do that, why are you doing outside of that? Like Denzel said, and Remember the Titans, you must be outside your mind. People are outside their mind. He told Petey that. Petey, you must be outside your mind. And I'm like, that's the thing. A lot of people are outside their mind and they're doing stuff because it looks good. It makes you feel special. Because it's something. Because now you sitting there with your other notary friends and y'all talking about, hey, what's going on there, LaDonna? And you're talking with your notary buddies and you tell them, yeah, I have them initial the right to cancel. Well, my notary trainer didn't teach me that. Well, if you click on my affiliate link, my notary trainer will teach you everything you need to know that you really shouldn't be doing. I wasn't going to go on a rant today, y'all. I really wasn't. My apologies. I got my French fries and then got cocky. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I don't like that. They have to initial every page of the deed of trust, the note, and all of that. Now, what I will say, and this is just what I concluded. They didn't put no salt on these. What I will say, but it's still enough. It's still good. I like it a little more salty, but it's good. What I will say is this. I believe the reason why they have them initial certain pages is so that in case that they may have had problems where clients will come back and say, hey, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that. You didn't tell me this title company or lender, and it might be something that, you know, it's like, oh, I didn't note on that page. So now they have them initial that page, and so you can't say that you didn't see this page because you initialed it. And I get that. Now, that's valid for pages that have the initial block. If it doesn't have the initial block, and your lender, the people paying you, the title, the people paying you, the signing company, the people paying you didn't tell you to do that, then you don't do it. I'm okay with you doing something that they've instructed you to do. That's why they put instructions in there. The question is, which no one still has been able to answer for me, when do I negate the instructions of the title company or the person who's paying me and do what my notary trainer says? Because that's really what the question is. When do I do it? Because that's the position that you're being put in. The trainer said, do this. The title company or signing company said, do that. And now you don't know which one to do. That's the question. Right, it's their responsibility. Oh, there it is. It's their responsibility. So, and we know how people are, you know, well, I ain't see that. I mean, what you mean I got to pay on the 16th? It's right there on page 2. Well, I didn't see that. Oh, okay, well, we make sure you initial every page from here on out, so we'll know that. So, and stuff. So, again, I know a lot of people think that I'm not trying to come down on anybody. I'm not trying to put people down and all of that. What I'm saying is we got to do things right. And if you're training somebody, no different than you're training your son or your daughter or your nieces and nephews, you're training them on how to drive a car. You want to train them the proper way, not the way you do stuff, just because you can. It's just, you want to have, main fact, train them so they can pass the DMV test. Just like with my wife with her school. She trains people so that they can pass the state board exams, not so they can go out there and make $10,000 a month doing hair. Because you can't make $10,000 a month doing hair. And boy, this is a long ride. You can't make $10,000 a month doing hair if you don't have a license, or you shouldn't be, because you're supposed to be, you're doing it illegal. Okay? Yep. I went to that house, did a closing over there. I've been out here on this Ballahack Road. Am I on Ballahack Road? I don't know what road I'm on. Nope, Johnstown Road. Down here in Chesapeake on Johnstown Road. So, way out here. Yeah, 2508. That's the area I'm in, if y'all want to look it up. So, you got 2501, 2520 now, Johnstown Road in Chesapeake. Oh man, those some nice houses. Nice big houses. My kind of house. Look like about 6,000 square feet. That's what I like. You know, so if you think that I'm trying to put down or stop people from making money, I'm not. I'm not about you not making money. But you as a notary who needs help, Benefit Road, that's where I'm at now. Got people on 911 ditches out here. And they got deer and all there. They got bear down here. I seen a little baby bear ran over. I thought it was a big dog laying on the side of the road. That was a baby cub. That sucker was huge. I was like, the little baby cub looked like it was about 5 feet tall. Just stripped. I was like, So there are, I think, black bear, brown, I forget which color. All I know, it got teeth and it got fingernails longer than mine, and it can hurt me, and hopefully this mace spray, bear spray I got, whatever the heck it should be, bear spray, whatever I got, will give me enough time to run and get back in the car if I see one. So that's what I'm worried about now, this part of Chesapeake. I ain't really worried about the people. People down here cool, but it's some daggone bears and stuff. So yeah, so what I'm saying is that, you know, we have to do what the lender wants us to do. You know, do what our state law says, and then what the lender. So however you're trained, it has to be in accordance with that. Because like my son just went through some fidelity training off of the National Notary, the Nationwide Signing Services site. Nationwide Signing Service. Just Google Nationwide Signing Service. When you on that item, they have documents there that they give you that you go over, and one of them is the fidelity stuff. One of the documents in there that you read, it tells you that what your state law takes precedence over. Yeah, I'm still driving, y'all, to get to this one. I told you I'm almost down to North Carolina. Your state law takes precedence over what any entity or any entity or individual will want you to do. So what your state law says takes precedence, hands down. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then anybody who you're working for should be encouraging you and making sure you stay in line with the state law. And anybody that's training you should also be doing the same. So that's where I take my stance from, okay? So as much as some of the signing companies and trainers out there might not like what I'm saying is correct. Because we got to follow, I mean, we all sign, most of us who are with the NNA, what does the NNA ask us to do? And if you're a notary trainer or a signing company and and you want the notaries to be NNA certified, then you have to respect and abide by what the NNA has told the notaries to do. And the notary, and we're being told as notaries with the NNA to stay in accordance with our state laws. I mean, I don't understand how difficult that is, but teaching all of this other stuff is a good way to make some money. And I'm not against that. But then if it's allowed, what you're teaching them in one state and not in another, then that needs to be disclosed. All right. Somebody texted me something about something. Okay. All right. So there's another unit that needs to be inspected on this one that I did before. No problem. Try to do that. Might be able to do that today. We'll see. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I mean, if I'm wrong, I invite any of these notary trainers to educate me, to tell me that what I'm saying is incorrect. And I recognize that some of what I say has made people like, okay, well, I'm not going to pay for training. And that wasn't my intent. My intent was just to share the truth, okay? But then that's where you as a business owner need to make the necessary adjustments. Man, I am way out here. Still 3 minutes away. All this driving for a couple of quick pictures. Look at my Groundworks playlist. And it's not so much that I teach how to do this. The company Groundworks, Ballahack Road, way down here. They will show you everything to do in my Groundwork house inspection playlist. I show you how to do it. So it's nothing difficult, it's nothing cryptic and all of that. That you will be doing. I'm wondering if I did this. Cause I was down here. Looks like I'm in the same area before. Yeah. I'm way out here, y'all. Way out here. Campbell Road and Ballahack. Just in case somebody. Oh, yeah. I remember this spot. Because I think that's the house that I've been down here. Yeah, because that was the house. Okay, I see. Because I did an inspection on that house, and now they're getting some work done on it. I told you I remember landmarks real well. Might not remember your name sometime to check my email, but I do remember landmarks. And because I went and got them fries, I wound up going the long route to get here. So it really was only going to take me 9 minutes from where I was at, and it wound up taking me what, 20, because of me going the back road because of getting food. But yeah, doing the house inspections is simple, and this is not an inspector where you're crawling and doing a certified house inspection and all that kind of stuff. All right, so now I got this car behind me, which throws me off. Because I need to slow down. That's 32. I'm in the 34 block. All right. Hold on, y'all. Need to get my focus on this so I can find. All right, so now I'm in the 34. Now with this one, because the road that's there is a 2-lane road and I can't just park on the side, I actually have to, let me double check. Okay, I actually have to go down here, go on their property. So what I'm going to be doing, this is going to take me a little bit longer, is that I'm coming down here and I'm going to knock on the door and let them know I'm here. Turn my camera on. Let them know that I'm here and why I'm on their property. Because with the exterior inspections, look at you, girl. Yeah, so with the inspection, so I have to this is what I do. I mean, I could call them, but I'm gonna just ring the doorbell, let them know I'm here, why I'm here. They should know that, and then take my pictures, and then I go back up to the front and take the pictures of the street that way and all of that, and then I'm good to go and stuff. But let's see here. All right, no side pictures. So I just need to do the one picture of the house. The address is up there. Be right back. All right, so nobody answered the door. They got those video doorbells, so I just spoke into, nobody came, but I know it records, so I went ahead on and spoke into the doorbell, just telling them why I was there and everything. So now I turn around, ground real soft because it's been raining out here, and there's a car here, but nobody answered the door and stuff. Yeah, this is the kind of country where they use gravel for their driveway. They just use rocks, gravel, and dirt for the driveway. That's it. All right, so let me stop. Take these 3 pictures. All right, party people, that is it. Everything done, did it. All right, so answer these questions. Well, no, this isn't. This is more rural. Single family home. Yeah. Daggone it. I gotta go back. All right, yep, that internet. Hold on one sec, y'all. All right, then they got all kind of gravel. Yeah, all right, garage. All right. I'll try to spend as little time as I can on people's property. All right. Now I can bounce on up out of here and stuff. Woo-wee. So, been a minute since I've done this kind with y'all and everything. Let's see, finish answering these questions, hit submit, and then get on home. All right. What's missing? All of that. Come on. All right. There we go. Complete. All right. Now I get home. Figure out how then I'll be good to go. The problem is I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. I'm sitting here on the road. Okay, I need to go to the left. Looks like I need to go to the left. All right. Yeah, so again, like I said, I just know that we need to do things to where they're done right. So because that's what we took an oath for. You know, the oath that we took was saying we would do things right. And I think that applies to notary trainers. Clearly articulate what you are and are not going to teach somebody, but also provide them the ability to get that training that's necessary for their growth. And I think everything will be fine. But if all you're focusing on is the internal components of the document, but you're not even dealing with the fact that a person needs to know how to notarize, then how is that helping the notary? How is that helping the industry out? That everybody knows how to do this one thing, but the main thing we don't know how to do. And that's the concern that I have. You know, that is truly the concern that I have with all of this. Again, I'm not saying you can't teach this stuff, but help me understand how not teaching a person proper notarizations, but yet focusing strictly on I used to have to go that way, so I guess they got that blocked off. All right, I don't know where I'm going now. Okay, got me going in a whole different direction. You know, so that's the thing, and I just look at it the way I would apply that same logic to my own family life. You know, want to make sure that my family is given the right information and all of that. So if I want my family to be given the right information, then I'm going to do what I can to make sure I give the right information. That's what's important to me. That's what I think is pertinent, and it's not a hard thing to do. Now, will that necessarily facilitate the same level of revenue that a person was or is getting? Maybe not, directly from them, because it's like, okay, well, there's no need for me to sign up for your course because you're not teaching me what I need to know. Let's say a mortgage person, a person who was in the mortgage industry, why would they need to take a course that would teach them all these things about the documents when there was a mortgage processor or a loan officer and they actually understand and know the documents? Well, what does that person need to know? What's the most important thing for them to know? How to notarize. A real estate agent, they can learn the documents. I mean, they can become more familiar with the documents, but still the most important thing is how to notarize. I mean, no matter how you look at it, it all trails back to, do you know how to notarize? And once you have that down pat, what you do and what you run your mouth about is completely up to you. But I think if we do that part, execute these documents, make sure people's documents getting recorded, everything else will truly fall in line, and there won't be a reason for these individuals to give us decreases. Why would I decrease your pay if you're doing things the way it's supposed to be done? The only way a person would do that is if they themselves aren't running their business correctly. That's where it comes in at. Hold up, I think I know where I'm at. Yeah, I'm really down here by North Carolina. If it's taking me where I think I'm going. 92 acres for sale. $349,000. I might have to go hit the lotto tonight. See what I'm saying, people? 92 acres. There's 82 acres for sale. They don't give a price. Think about it. You buy 92 acres for $349,000. Think of the number of houses you can build on that, and you'll be set for life. Set for life. That's my next move. Hey, somebody get that VU life thing out of there for me. Let's see if I can do it while I'm driving. Oh, I got it. Yeah, y'all see that VU life thing? I don't know who that is. You gotta bounce them kind of folk. VUE and all of that. Trying to get y'all to click on something. Yep, I'm down here on Highway 17. 3 miles from the North Carolina border. Yep, down Highway 17. Yep, Highway 17. So I'm way out here. Woo! All right, I can turn the GPS off on. Now I know where I'm going and stuff. So. If I didn't have those other two signers tonight, I will hop on with y'all and do another live. Because I would love to hear y'all's perspective on some of the stuff I said, or any of the stuff I've said. But I know people watching me, scrutinizing, criticizing, analyzing what I'm saying. And that's why sometimes I seem like I'm repeating myself. I'm trying to make sure I clarify my viewpoint so that people will understand where I'm coming from, because I know I'm talking different than the average notary out there. I'm focusing, I'm highlighting, and I'm engaging on things that other people aren't. And it's not that they don't know about it or where, that's just not their vibe. And I respect that. But it's still something that needs to be addressed, still something that needs to be talked about and everything. So, like I said, been on here almost 2 hours, 45 minutes. Wow. As I said over and over, I'm about helping people and moving people in the right direction. But I will say that people take everything so personal. If you say something about a notary trainer, they thinking that, okay, you're trying to tell me I can't make money. No, I ain't saying you can't make money. Just make sure you're doing stuff right. That you are doing stuff right. And all these people who ain't about it, they'll get out of the way because you have a standard and everything. But you got to make sure your stuff is right. You got to realize that when you start talking about helping people and then nobody can contact you, nobody can get in touch with you, and you got them paying you money, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. Hey, you welcome, Florida. Welcome, Florida, which I'm from Jacksonville. That's all I'm saying. And those are the complaints that I get from notaries, that they reach out to people, and I know people, again, they think I'm criticizing the behavior. I mean, why people get arrested? Well, most people get arrested because of the behavior. You out here driving reckless. If all of a sudden I started driving reckless, irregardless of who I am as a person, cops gonna get called. Now, when the cops come, and they're like, oh, man, you grip. We got, man, don't worry about it, man. You just get back on the right side of the road and go about your business. Not that it's right, but initially, it's the behavior. As police say all the time, well, your behavior is, you're doing stuff that's not normal. I don't think that's normal. It's like, okay, well, what is normal? You know, so we just got to do things right. And again, to you notary trainers out there, if you're at this listening at this point in the video, I'm not coming after you. I'm not trying to stop you from making money. I'm just trying to stop people from being hurt. Yes, I'm looking at doing that. Yeah, the courier for Judi, yes. I take an opportunity to look at I take advantage of every opportunity that's out there, look into them and see if it's something that I can do. Because if I'm going to talk about it, you know, if I run across somebody else who might be in a better position than I am, okay, cool, you do it. Heck, my son, might have him do the courier stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're right. You're right, 75. That's how I came into the business. Again, how you come into the business is going to determine how you execute the business, and then how you market the business influences how other people come in. Pressure. I can feel the pressure changing. If you market your business, and you think about it, y'all, there are people out here who was, when they first started, they was talking about how they were doing notary this, notary that. You don't hear them talking about that. You hear them talk about, okay, come take courses from me, come train from me. And the question is, are you really still doing the notary work? And you've only been in this 1 to 2 years. So you're at the point where you no longer need to do a loan closing. You know, when you said, and you was talking about on your YouTube channel or Instagram or TikTok, that you got into this so you can make money. Okay, and that's what, you know, and now that you're doing it for a couple of months or a year or so, you no longer need to do that. So your financial situation has changed to where you no longer need to do loan closing. But you're now saying, well, I'm gonna train everybody. I'm gonna train you how to do it. And as we keep saying over and over and over again, that's a good question. She does. I forgot how to do that, and I'll hit her up. I hit Judi up, and then I'll make a community post on it, on how to sign up for her courier, because she did tell me, and I forgot the name of the site and everything. So I forgot what I was saying. That fast. That happens sometimes. Yeah. Or you can email her. So Notary's not doing close. And I'm not saying that you have to. I guess when I listen at 54 years old, I reflect back on things that people told me. If you're not out there in the trenches doing stuff, nobody's going to want to hear what you got to say. I'm driving, so I don't know the email off the top of my head. But if you look up Lawrence, like the last name Lawrence, like Martin Lawrence Institute for Notaries, it'll come up. I believe in the description, I don't know if it's in this video or one of my other videos, there's a link to her. Yeah, look up Judi Lawrence Apostille, and you'll find everything you want. There you go. But that's all. I mean, it's just that there's a level of respect that comes when somebody's actually doing the work. When somebody's just sitting back and they're, especially, I mean, it's like if they got 15, 20 years experience in the game, that's one thing. But if they only got a few months, a few years, it's like, okay, now you're sitting back, and it's impressive. It is impressive, but with the way the notary business is changing, not can change, but is changing, what are you doing to stay relevant? And for a lot of people, they weren't staying relevant when they was a notary doing closings. What makes you think they're going to stay relevant now that they're a trainer? I'm not up to speed on all that's going on out there. I was talking with the Miss Notary consultant last Friday. She was on my channel, and I learned from her that they got these escrow conferences. Well, I'm not a signing it company, so I wouldn't even know anything about an escrow conference. They got escrow conferences that they can go through, and they talk about things in the business. So I'm like, I want to go to them, even though I'm not a signing company. But from an educator standpoint, which that's the realm that I'm moving into, I want to be able to be on the front line of understanding stuff so I can educate and help notaries out. Not just so I can sit here and hold information in and say I know what's going on so I can do it right and only share it to my best buds, or just try to charge people an arm and a leg for this information. No, I want to know so that I can help educate people so that they can move forward and do things right. Because if there's changes being made in the industry, they expect the notaries to operate accordingly. So what's wrong with, okay, let's train the notaries in the proper way. That's the stuff that's missing. What people are being trained in is the same somewhat dead, regurgitated activities over and over and over. It's like everything is about marketing. And everybody tries to say, well, the number one rule in business is market. But to me, the number one rule is you being able to do business after you market. If you market that you got the best tasting French fries, and then when you go there and somebody comes there to your French fries and they taste like dirt, that is not good. And that's what's happening with a lot of the notaries. They're marketing that they're on-time notary and the best notary and this, that, and the other. And when they go to do the closings or whatever notary work, they can't execute it. They don't know how to do it. So bump your marketing, man. You can't even do what you said. As I've always said, with the marital relationship or dating, the person come up at they're at the club and they all this nice and that nice and blah, 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 blah. You meet them at church or at a basketball game or at the Walmart, And then next thing you know, you get into a relationship with them and they tripping. And they putting hands on people, whether it's man on the woman or woman on the man, or they kicking your kid and all that. It's like, whoa, hold up. They're like, I don't like kids. What do you mean you don't like kids? You was being all nice to my kid. Yeah, but I really don't like kids. Okay, you fronting. So you don't want somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody that's true and everything. So that's all I'm saying. You know, the notaries, yes, you can get into business and grow and expand and expound and explode and be probably the greatest notary trainer ever. But that's not everybody. That is definitely not everybody. With as many people as hopping into, that is not every single notary that when you come in with every notary is saying, I can be a trainer. I can be a better trainer than that person. And it's a trip because they sit there, they get inspired by person A. They come in, take training from them, and then say, you know what, I can do better than them. So I'm gonna be a trainer. And then next week they start a training company. Then who the first person they trained said, I mean, it was good, but I can do better than both of them. I know who they got. I can do better than both because I took both their courses, and I can train them. So when is the notary? When is there a body? Where are the people that notarize the documents? But everybody's trying to do better than. I'm gonna show you. I can train better than you. I can do this better than you. I can do this Canva or what's that other one? Cut cat or cat cut. I can do all of this, better than you. You see what I'm saying? I can do everything better than you. Turncoat. I'm saying that because I'm seeing this and I think they did something with real estate. Turnco. So I can remember Turnco. Turncoat. And stuff. So, and I could always look back at my dash cam, but I just wanted to have it on tape and stuff. So somebody they deal with land and all of that. See that? Then always sitting in that title office, you ride around and you see a real estate investor. We buy houses. Hey, you ever need a notary? Hit me up. You see somebody. We know Rose and Rombo, Century 21, Long and Foster, but all of a sudden you see this different real estate company, real estate broker. It's like, okay, you remember that name, write it down or whatever, and then you look them up and then you send them a flyer. That's another way you can market to them and everything. So that's just another way of finding a new client and stuff. So, all right, y'all, I'm done. Almost home. Finished eating my fries. Check on Pops. It's 3 hours. I've been up here. All that. I was just going to do. But check out the replay. Listen to the conversation I had with the guy in the beginning. Yeah, he called me out of the blue. I had to let him know that he was on live and everything. He was cool with that and stuff. So, y'all have a good one. I'm going to go back through and look at the comments and everything and do what I can to answer any questions that I missed. But I do appreciate y'all and everything. Thanks y'all for hanging out with me. Been a long time since I just sat here in the car and did a live with y'all. Got so spoiled by that StreamYard and all that. But in 2 days, check me out on Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern. We're gonna have me and the fellas. We're gonna be up on here chopping it up and everything. We might have another special fella or two pop in and everything, but. Now, ladies, you're welcome, to hop on and ask questions and talk and all of that, but most of the time y'all don't, so get the fellas on and all that. And all four of us was on the live one time together before, and a lot of people liked it and said they wanted to see us back together, so I said, I'll make it happen, and that's what I'm going to be doing on Friday. So y'all have a good one. Fingers off. And I'll catch y'all when I catch you. Talk to y'all later. Peace.